Welcome to Leaguecast. Let's go. More than welcome to the League of Trading.
Hello, and welcome to episode 400 of the Leaguecast podcast. I'm your host, Nick the King Cooper. Joining me, Aiden Frost Rockharts.
Hey, I'm here for another
and
400.
Colton Blue Basket Sweat.
Hey, my contract actually only said I had to do 399 of these, so,
Ooh, fortunately you didn't start at 1, so...
as far as you can prove, I was on episodes 1 through, 19. There's no record of those.
And then you took a very long sabbatical.
I took a big ol' hiatus.
Yeah, so before we get into, I guess, our weeks, hey, we got some fucking news. And that might be the understatement of the year.
This is the biggest news week that I think has ever happened in Riot Games history. This is more news than the game itself coming out.
I think so, actually. So we got a fuck ton of news, and it's all, possibly the most fun news we've ever had. It's going to be a blast. And then we're going to talk about LCS Worlds. And then we're going to answer the emails that were sent in, and then that's it for the first half of the show. We are going to be recording and uploading I guess it'll just start after this one's over, right?
Yeah.
But it'll be a game show, 2 rounds of Jeopardy followed by Fast Money. So very fun back half of the show.
Very fun, very fast.
Preceded by a very fun front half of the show. Before we get into that, Aiden, why don't you tell us about your week?
Ooh, first of all, I pulled up stats, by the way. I thought you might find this interesting. The
For
leaderboards
Leaguecast,
for
okay.
number of episodes per host.
Okay.
For 4 people. I did the top 4 people because it's relevant to the top 4 people.
The 3 of
Do
us.
you want to take
Chris?
a guess? Yeah. Do you want to take a guess at first, second, third, fourth, by the way?
I'm going to say Chris won. Me, Aiden, Colton.
It's not even a
Nick,
hard question because
Aiden,
you,
Chris, Colton.
I was gonna say that because Nick, you know that you were on the show before Aiden, and you guys are both still on the show.
I mean, yeah. So that was the easy
that's
part.
Not my
I
question
guess.
yet. It's where to place me and Chris.
Yeah, I guess I guess it's been such a long time since Chris has been on it.
You've been on 280 episodes, Nick. Ish.
Oh my god.
I've been on 240 episodes ish. Chris has been on 230 episodes ish, and Colton's been on 175 episodes.
Damn,
Nice.
I'm getting
So-
too old for this.
Fortunately, we know exactly how long Colton's contract will last for.
Yeah, you guys got me for 225 more, and not a single episode past that. So we'll see you guys in episode what?
You're not even halfway done, bud. How's it make you feel?
525 or no 625.
Yeah, nice.
Anyways,
That's fun. That's good stuff.
my week.
What'd you do?
I didn't play League, which is kind of sad because there's a lot of cool League stuff. But I did watch all the League stuff that happened last night, so I'm super excited for that. I mainly spent my week preparing Jeopardy stuff for our game show later. That took a lot more effort than I expected, by the way. Turns out coming up with Jeopardy categories and stuff is really, really hard. Turns out polling people for Family Feud, Fast Money stuff is super hard, and especially the data is hard to analyze. Turns out writing intros for people is harder than I thought because comedy's hard. And then turns out getting all the technical stuff to stream a multi-game show without having the internet to stream directly on Twitch is hard. So
That sounds challenging, yeah.
I made it work though. So I've tested it. It probably won't fuck up, but it might. But I think it will hopefully work out fine. And then yeah, I'm excited. That's all I really did this week though. What about you, Colton?
I did actually a good amount of stuff this week. So I guess starting with League of Legends, I am up to Anivia for my win on every champion A to Z. I clapped a Camille the first game I played of it, but then we had a pretty useless Kayn jungle because he went blue, and a Vigar mid that just let Pantheon roam all game. And so like the Vigar was like 0-0 at like 20 minutes, down like 60 CS, and the Pantheon was like 10-1 because he just kept roaming, but he was still up in CS as Pantheon. So that was interesting. I think now that I am like getting into it, I'm really enjoying it and getting to play characters I haven't played in a while. Like I love playing Anivia. I just don't typically go to that character. And then I also played some solo queue games with Quinn today. First game, I absolutely popped off on Nocturne. He's been playing Ashe bottom most of our games, so I've been picking stuff that can just like follow up on the Ashe ult. It was like a stomp of a game. I think they surrendered to like 18-19 minutes after we like took their inhibitor at 16 minutes. But yeah, that's it for League. Still been watching Naruto. I binged all of the HBO series Barry last night. Like, I got home at like 11, I think, and I didn't sleep, and I watched the entire series. So I'm running on about 3 hours of sleep right now.
That's not good, my friend.
Nah, it's so good. I loved it. It just like it kept sucking me back in every episode. I don't want to talk about that show for like 20 minutes, but if you're out there and you've seen it, hit me up. I want to talk about it with somebody. Aside from that, I went to Texas State Fair. That was interesting. They had fried literally like everything. I tried deep fried Oreos. Those are actually pretty good. I had a corn dog, not as good as the ones in Mendota, when I went to visit Kennedy for the corn festival. So it was interesting. A lot of like livestock as well, and just like rides, all the like general carnival stuff, just a lot bigger because Texas. And then I finally got the last achievement in For the King, so I now have 100% achievements in that game. I do not have a 100% lore store, and I think like 90% of the things I don't have are seasonal and aren't coming back, so that's kind of sad, but basically 100% of the game. And that's pretty well it for my week. So I'll hand it over to the one and only longest running host of LeagueCast, Nick Cooper.
True.
How was your week?
It was pretty good. This past weekend I didn't do much of anything, which was a nice change of pace. Been having busy weekends. I did play quite a bit of League on Sunday. How many games did we play? That was 4 games, which I guess it feels way more.
I was memeing the shit out of you with 3, and then you come out with 4. I played so much.
No, I'm sorry. We played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games.
Oh, okay,
that's better.
Yeah, only one was an ARAM as well.
That's a lot more League than you normally play.
Yeah, it is. I've been playing primarily Pantheon, a couple games of Shaco, which were quite funny, I will say.
The funny part was like how our like that interaction is so fun. So we play a game. I carry like one game, and then Nick plays Shaco the second game, and I played really well again, and Nick played not as well on Shaco. Let's put it that way. And then I kept like insulting him, saying he's a shit Shaco player. And he goes, "You play Shaco." And he was just giving me so much shit. And I'm like, I will 100% play Shaco better than you. But then I got played Shaco by the way. Yeah. I'm 100% sure I could play it better than how you played it that game.
Probably. But super fun. Pantheon. I think Pantheon's fucking OP. Characters are wild. His E is that why he's like
100% pick ban at Worlds?
I think so.
Because he's a little bit stronger now.
I played against so I think the one that I played with you guys, I played mid lane versus a Fizz. It took 0 damage from him. Like anytime you ulted, just E'd. Doesn't matter. Take 0 damage. His E, my E.
I hate that that's how his E works. Like it's blocked from a direction, and it should work like Yasuo wall or Braum wall, and not like I hate that things like a Cho'Gath feast or like a Fizz that's already hit you, his shark can get blocked by the E. Like that doesn't make sense, I don't think.
I do think the way it works is and correct me if I'm wrong, But for stuff like that, it counts the direction as like where you are and where the enemy champion is. So because he was between my shield and I took no damage. But if you were behind me, if he used his Q during his ulti, I would take damage. I think is how it works.
I think that's
I
how
don't
it
know
works.
if that's true.
I think that's how it works, but it's just like it's. I don't think it's good either way because it should work like the other walls in the game, right? Where I'd be interested to see what happens when Syndra queues, for example, where that just appears. So if she needs to be then behind you, or if it just appears. And I imagine that Pantheon E blocks it, even though it's not like technically coming from that direction, whereas every other wall, it just appears underneath.
Yeah.
Right, like that consistency that's not there.
And then Tristana. Been playing Tristana. That character is super busted. I don't know why she's not being picked way more frequently. Like, obviously she's being played in the mid lane.
Yeah, she's getting some play Worlds for
but,
sure.
like, even more. I think she should be pick ban.
It's more the fact that you have to play like a AP bottom, like a mage bottom, to like have her mid.
I meant as an AD carry.
Oh, as an AD carry? I guess so. I guess she's just weaker than Kai'Sa, Xayah, and those are like the only two good AD carries in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think she would probably be fine into Xayah. I guess the problem is then she's also leaning against Rakan in that scenario. I mean, she would definitely get duked on by Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa's just too strong. But I think Tristan is super good. Would recommend. And then that's pretty much it. Going to a wedding this weekend, so that'll be fun.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And
Who are you getting married to?
Nice. Very funny.
You've seen the Jeopardy picture, and you know the answer.
But yeah, I'm excited. Kanye's movie comes out next week, and I'm trying to get some tickets for it in my small little town. Small little
And
city,
hopefully his album will come out too.
Hopefully his album will also come out. But that's pretty much it. So let's get into the show. We have 3 new Patreons. Purple Play Panda, Samuel F., and Howling Wind. Thank you for your support. And look forward to our Patreon revamp coming in about 2 weeks.
This week I went and made like made a compiled list of every single Patreon show we've ever done, so I can like easily like put them out when we revamp our Patreon. I'm also looking into figuring out a way to have like a RSS feed. Like I think there's a way to do it through Patreon. It's a little bit confusing, so people can have an audio feed for our shows as well if they're subscribed. So I'll look into that a little bit more before November 1st when we're revamping everything.
Yes. So about 2 weeks.
Yes.
And with that, let's go ahead and open this fucking huge jar.
The rising
news.
news, my friends. It's the 10th anniversary, which means
Happy 10 years.
it's been
Holy
10
fuck.
years, guys.
How many games can attest to being as popular as League has been for 10 years? Without
The
like,
closest would be WoW.
Starcraft and World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's the list.
Name me a game that isn't a Blizzard game.
Minesweeper.
There isn't one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Space
That's
Cadet
wild,
3D.
though. It's
Well, when did
super
Minecraft
cool.
come out?
I think that was like
Minecraft. I think is a good.
2009.
10 years.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
Minecraft,
beta, but-
WoW, and Starcraft are probably the ones that you could compare in like that category. I also
Not many.
love that like so much news came out in this 10th anniversary announcement.
Yeah.
And it feels like every project that they were working on for the entirety of that 10 years, they're just like, nah, we'll just wait until the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah,
and we'll
just
talk
push it back to
just
10
like
years.
literally everything they've been working on for 10 years, they're just like, all right, let's just drop it all at once.
Yeah. Super sick. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into it. Earth is coming back for 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
Classic
1
Earth
week,
with
10
all
days, I think.
champions on
1 week, 10 days. That was it. 27th to the 7th. Yes. Regular Earth with bans, if I'm not mistaken.
I can pick my character? I don't have to go
You
random?
can pick your character. So it's going to be very fun for the first day and a half, where everyone is trying new characters, and then the dreaded Earth meta will
The dreaded Earth meta
will develop, and that's that. That'll be another 10 years gone by before I would like to play it again.
I'm imagining just like how Yumi will be in Earth, and like New Akali. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, Earth's back. We've got your shop coming in with some legendary.
So Aiden wanted to say something about Earth.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, like, they did mention that, like, they don't want Earth to be, like, a regular thing, like regular Earth. So they are mentioning it beforehand, before people get, like, upset that it doesn't come back, because their player numbers do drop off a ton because people get burnt out of the game from playing Earth, like, statistically. So this might be the last time we see it for, like, another couple of years.
I'm completely fine with it. I hope everyone's nostalgia, like rose-tinted glasses for Earth, kind of come off.
I mean, I think like my rose-tinted glasses come from the fact that the first time it came out, I played it with like Trevor and a couple of my other friends. For 18 hours straight. The day it came out.
Yeah, the day it came out, the day it comes out, super fucking fun. Like that's so fun. But then you get like the videos of like, oh, this is the most OP champion on Earth, and everyone plays it, and it's just not very fun. To like, oh, I'm gonna try to play Taric this. Oh, they picked an Ezreal. Ah, I see. Sorry.
I'm imagining New Garen in Earth is gonna be nutty.
Actually, his E doesn't stack. News from the PBE, so he's actually not great.
What do you mean it doesn't stack?
So previously, what made Garen super strong is like his E would continually stack, right? Like the spell
they would overlap.
Yeah, the spell, like the application of the spells would overlap.
Well, you would cancel one and always be Eing, which you could still do.
They would overlap. Like you'd be having 3 E's active at the same time.
Would you? I don't think so.
Yes, that's what was making him strong for a long time.
But his E no longer does that, so he's just like kind of shit Garen. Which is good because reports from the frontline PvE indicate that Yuumi is the most busted character.
Yeah,
like
it's
disgusting.
Not surprising.
It does sound like because of like the amount of like map specific balancing they've been doing on ARAMs, like it's gonna help their overall balance experience for Earth, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, hopefully. I would actually I like towards the end of the week, how would you guys feel about just like disabling specific characters for the day? Like, oh, we're gonna the last 3 days we're gonna disable the top 20 most played characters of the previous day.
What if they did it like top 20, then top 40, then like top 60?
Yeah,
that'd be cool though. That'd be kind of like just like the last 3 days. So you could have your fun for 7 days, right? And then like it just like creates artificial fun for the last 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, I've played a shit ton of Gragas the first 3 days, Aiden, because I know that's one of your favorites.
That's my favorite.
So you got to play something else, like the rest of it.
That'd be cool. I like that idea actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dragon in our chat said make it where there are only 10, like on the last day.
That'd be
everyone
fun,
has to random.
Actually, it wouldn't be fun because they would just be
that'd be
awful. That are so dog shit at the game that is not fun, right?
It would be awful. Yeah. Cool. Your shop is back with potentially legendary skins, unless one of them is guaranteed to be legendary.
No, it's just like has a chance.
Did you guys get anything good?
Are they on now? Are they actually up? Oh my god.
Yes. I got some very, very okay skins. I did purchase Green Taric and Sheriff Caitlyn, which are both legacy skins.
I love Green Taric.
Green Taric's pretty cool. He's very elven.
Although
they are taunting me with a 70% off Glacial Malphite, but I don't play him.
Yeah, but 70% off.
I know.
but you could play him in Earth.
I could, yeah. What about you guys? Oh, you guys are I see
both,
2 names pop up on the
logging
list.
in, like doing the quick patch or whatever, like update.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Mine's not there. Oh, there it is. It's live.
It's live. Aiden, what's in your shop, bud?
Trash. Pike skin, the Blood Moon one. Trash.
That's a good one.
Garen for 50% off the legendary. And then trash.
Oh, the wolf one?
God
King, the
yeah.
lion. Yeah, that one's sick.
I might have to get that.
That's
a good deal.
I got kind of garbage one. I've got Warden Karma, Ironside Malphite, Firecracker Sejuani. I might get that one. Worldbreaker Nautilus, Zombie Brand. I don't even know the last time I played Brand.
Wow.
And Arctic
Yep.
Ops Gragas.
I will say Zombie Brand is legacy, so it's not for sale.
Yeah, I got that half off,
Traditionally.
so I'm gonna probably buy that, even though I don't really
Hell
play
yeah.
Brand, and I use Cryocore when I do. But all right, you gotta collect them all.
That's because you don't have Zombie.
Collect them all.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Nice.
buy every skin. Let me just drain my bank account real quick.
Yikes.
I'll
Foggers.
I'll have all of the splash arts digitally instead of having posters.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 10 days of gifts. I don't know why I said that so weird.
And
Gifts.
what do you have to do to get those gifts? They can't be
So
free.
it says log in 10 days. I also saw a Riot comment that said you had to just play one game. So I'm not sure which is which.
Hopefully, just log in.
Hopefully it is just log in. But you have to log in you have to log in or play a game for at least 10 days. I don't think they have to be 10 consecutive days.
Nope.
And you have a month to do so, beginning October 17th, which is tomorrow as of recording, which is super sick. You can check out as soon as you log in, if you want to check the bottom, you can see both your progress and the rewards that you can get. Notables, in my opinion, day 7, you get 25 prestige points. Day 9, you get 2 gemstones. 10, you get a legendary skin shard permanent.
I think it's
and then
permanent because you get
you
4
get a-
shards on day 6.
Yeah, you get a permanent on 10 for legendary.
You get 4 shards on day 6. Oh, is that what the orb is?
No, literally on day 6 you get 4 skin shards.
Oh, on day 6 it says I just have a 10 in a circle. Oh, but you guys are looking at the text. Okay, I was looking at
Yeah,
in the
there's
client.
actual text, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So very cool.
You
These
see the
rewards are
Annie skin?
actually sick. Yes, I actually just pulled it up. It looks great. Timo
So
Tivers.
gross.
Timo Tivers is not something I thought we needed.
He's so,
so gross.
swole. I love it.
Yeah, very cool. I also like all the splash art, like all the characters in the splash art. Master Yi
pretty
might be
good.
my favorite
I want to get that poster
on
now.
the left side.
Yeah.
Very cool. Let's see. Riot Games created a social impact fund, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does this do?
It's just like all their charity events, like with they had Jaximus a couple years ago. They had what was
Dark
the
Star
first one?
Cho'Gath.
Darkstar Cho'Gath is the most recent one.
There was
There was Nurse
I
Akali
can't
for like the Red Cross.
Nurse Akali. That was it.
Like
so in
there's just
general,
all
yeah,
these
they've-
skins. Yeah.
Yeah, they've done various skin sales for like, hey, if you buy this skin during this time period, we'll donate to like X charity. And I think they're just formalizing it now, saying, hey, we're going to throw it all into this general social impact fund, dump that money in there, and then kind of donate to these causes as they come up or as needed, which I like the idea of that because I think it builds an environment where they're able to do that more often and more easily, which is always nice. And especially with this particular one, the Dawnbringer Karma, 100% of the funds for that are going to be going into this fund, so that's pretty dope.
Yes.
Riot
Super cool.
Greedy Company? Look at all this free shit and all that funds going into charity. Impossible.
I didn't say it.
Most generous company on planet Earth.
Yes. As for other League of Legends news, we have some upcoming preseason season 10.
Balance changes, yeah.
Season 10 map changes. Yeah, so they're changing how the dragons work and how they influence League of Legends, or the Summoner's Rift specifically. So each of the dragons, the first 2 that spawn, if I'm not mistaken, will influence the map in some way. Infernal will destroy some walls. Ocean will create a bunch of more bushes everywhere. Cloud Drake will have like a little how would you like movement speed shrines?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and-
and shrines and ultimate cooldown prediction.
Yeah, and that's soon.
That's just like yeah. Talk about it in a second.
Yes, and mountain dragons will create more walls everywhere. So it's funny. I saw a comment that's saying Infernal Rift is also a buff and a nerf to. Infernal in Mountain is also a buff to Talon, because Infernal creates the tiny little walls.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, super cool. And those are for the first 2 dragons that spawn. Do they both spawn? Like, are they both the same spawn, or?
So the way it works is the first 2 dragons spawn regularly, and then the 3rd dragon is the one that augments them.
Gotcha. Okay. The third one, the third one augments the map. The 4th one grants Dragon Soul.
Nope.
What? The 4th one?
4th dragon that a team gets gives Dragon Soul.
Oh, okay.
So meaning it could be 7
Jesus.
dragons into the game. It's just like a end the game mechanic, right? Because the games are going on too long. So they're adding that as you should be able to win with this. And then they add Elder, which we'll talk about in a second, which is after a team gets Dragon Soul, the dragon stops spawning, and then it's Elder Drakes, which have a really gross mechanic on it. But
Gotcha.
I don't think it's actually that gross.
Okay, so and I understand now. Infernal Dragon, Fire Dragon will now is pretty much the same thing. You get a percentage increase of AD and AP. Ocean Dragon, you regenerate a percentage of your missing health every second. Cloud Dragon, you gain cooldown reduction for ultimate ability. And Mountain Dragon, you gain a percentage increase of armor and magic resistance. When you kill your 4th elemental dragon as a team, instead of stacking your a buff, you'll gain a powerful dragon soul from the dominant dragon, and that's the one that influenced its exerted its influence, is what I wanted to say. In the 3rd, as the 3rd one that spawned, thus changing the map. And if you get a Dragon Soul from the Infernal Dragon, every 3 seconds, your next attack or damaging spell creates a small AoE explosion dealing adaptive damage that scales with bonus attack damage, bonus AP, and bonus health. Ocean Dragon Soul, dealing any damage triggers strong health and resource regen for 3 seconds. Damage to minion provides less regen. The Cloud Dragon Soul, when you hit enemies with abilities or attacks, it lowers the cooldowns of your base abilities, so sort of Spear of Shojin-esque effect.
Yeah.
And for Mountain Dragon Soul, after not taking damage for 5 seconds, gain a shield that lasts until destroyed. The shield's magnitude scales with bonus attack damage, AP, and bonus health.
That's wild.
Then, once a team has claimed a Dragon Soul, and only the first team, it becomes the Elder Dragon's turn to defend the pit. Only one team will get Dragon Soul, which is fucking wild. So, fuck, what is the... Oh, do you have this? You do have this written out, right? So the Elder Dragon provides the burn, and on top of that, it also has an execute effect for
lower HP targets. It just
for lower HP targets, yes. Killing them instantly, which is super
and
cool.
The actual execute attack is kind of like a Twitch auto in the fact that it's like dodgeable and zone usable / flashable, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's on like a cooldown, but it fucking executes people.
Yeah, super cool.
And
then you can reapply it as soon as they become vulnerable again.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny. And then what were the alcoves?
So bot lane and top lane, where previously there was like the 2 bushes and then like a small gap in between them, that gap is now like a little bush, and then there's a little dip, like a little ring that goes into the wall there of open terrain. So it's like 3 patches of brush and then like a little ring that you can dip into. Kind of like old top lane bushes used to be, but now with like an added little ring of area. It seems like it's not going to be a lot, but like very specific, like small outplays might happen around it, where maybe like when you get ganked, you can dip in there as an AD carry and like run around that circle with a melee character and just hit them over that little wall.
I do think warding your opponent's bush then becomes so much more valuable, so the jungler can't sneak into the alcove. True,
yeah.
Which is super interesting. Some other small gameplay changes that we'll probably talk about as the numbers come out and they get added to proper patches. But those are kind of the biggest things. Plus, we have a lot more to talk about, including probably one of the fucking coolest champions like designs in a while.
Yeah.
That's right. We're talking about Yumi, everyone.
Fuck
We all
Yumi.
love Yumi.
No, Senna, Lucian's wife, fucking coming to League of Legends as a support marksman. Fucking cool. Go check out the Lucian Thresh Senna cinematic. Very cool. It gives a good like indicator as to what Senna might do. She has a gun, a fucking huge gun.
Big gun.
And she shoots through Lucian and shields, which is pretty sick. But her design is super cool. I'm very excited to play Senna for a long time. Feels kind of like Ana-esque from Overwatch.
Yeah.
Initially.
Nick, will you play Lucian and I can play Senna and I'll be your wife?
Ooh, that kind of goes against my strategy of only playing Senna.
All right, I'll be your husbando. I'll play
I was
Lucian.
thinking that's pretty strong, actually.
Yeah. That lane, I mean, I hope that lane is good. They did say that they were adding voice lines for Lucian
Nice.
in his interactions with Senna, which
Wait,
is pretty
Aiden,
cool.
Aiden, you know what this means, right?
What does it
We're
mean?
gonna need to go back to our character's number of guns tier list and make an adjustment.
True.
Senna
no.
one.
A new challenger.
She might have more than one. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. She might have like a jinx. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
she
she
pulls
only
out
has
a
one.
special
Oh,
gun
and then
for
she has Zap.
ultimate.
Yeah,
Does it
something like that.
Now that she's in the game, does Lucian go down to 1 because he has her gun, or
No, 'cause
does
That
he's
was
got
like-
double pistols. And I
Could
think
you?
That's why she
Yes,
has a big gun.
but one of them got broken in the cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
Bolton.
maybe.
If you knew the lore like I did,
I saw it, yeah, and then
Gaiden
he
does.
stabbed the clip into Thresh's chest.
and it fucking exploded. It was the
yeah,
lantern.
blew up the lantern. And then
Did
there
you
was
even
souls
watch it?
everywhere. I'm telling you what happened right now.
he hates Senna?
You said in his chest.
He hates Senna.
He hates
Senna
Senna. He
hater.
hates Lucian.
Yeah, fuck me.
Aiden, why don't you tell us about the TFT stuff?
Yeah, there's lots of TFT stuff coming out. They have a new season, or a new set, I guess is what they're calling it, coming out in a couple weeks. It's going live on the PvE on October 22nd, and it's going live on like the live servers on patch that's supposed to be 9.22. So that's only a couple weeks away. So a couple things we saw there is they're doing a new different origins, new classes. Some of the teased origins are Infernal. They highlighted Diana with her Infernal skin when they showed that. Poison, they highlighted Kog'Maw. And then Desert, they highlighted Sivir. Are 3 new origins they're going to have in the set. And they added new classes with Summoners being Zyra and Mystics being Nami. And then some other characters we saw were Annie, Olaf, Lux, Shockblade Zed, Renekton, Nasus, Jax, Nautilus, Thresh with his like water skin, Syndra with her water skin, Aurelion Sol with his ashen skin, and then Vlad with his water skin. I'm super excited.
Do you think they would go back ever and like change certain characters based on these new categories? Like, for example, like when Nami gets put into the game, I'm thinking Nami and Lulu should be in the same category, regardless of what that category is.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, like
I think-
I don't think they
Interesting.
will, but it might be like at a certain point necessary.
I think they're just going to stick with their philosophy and like have skins be like the differentiating factors.
That's
For example,
right,
if they want Lulu to be a mystic like Nami, because they do seem very similar in character, maybe they'll have like Winter Wonderland Lulu be like a mystic, right?
That's smart.
I think it's cool though. They're also adding an extra row to the board, so there's like a little bit more maneuverability for your pieces, which I think is really cool. I think that adds strategy. I think adding another column would be even better. Personally, it's a fair bit smaller than the Dota Auto Chess mod board, and it's only a little bit smaller than the Underlords
Yeah.
board. So I don't know. I feel like that's where a lot of like the strategy comes in late game, is like actually positioning your stuff. So I think adding another column would even help a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also,
and
it's
then
coming
mobile?
out to mobile.
Yeah, it's coming out to mobile. Hell yeah.
Early 2020. Poggers. League of Legends is also coming to mobile / consoles. It's called Wild Rift. It says that they're only going to last for 15 to 20 matches, right?
I think that's minutes.
It's not
per
gonna
match.
have
Minutes?
I'm sorry, yeah, minutes. Sorry,
Minutes per match,
I don't know why I
yeah.
just skipped that. You're not gonna have every champ or skin. You do start as it looks like you will start fresh. Like your PC progress won't transfer over, but you will have a pretty big reward for having played the PC version.
They actually went into talk about that on their live stream today.
Did they?
Where they said, this could just be PR talk, but it kind of makes sense. They didn't want to give you direct transfer overs because not every single character is in Wild Rift. So if you're a Bard, one trick was the example they gave you. Bard's not in Wild Rift, right? So if you have every single Bard skin, you're a Bard main, that's where you put all your time into, and then you transfer all your progress over, and there's no Bard in the game, you don't get anything for all your time. So they just wanted to give you like here you played this many matches, you're this level, you're whatever, here is your starting rewards or whatever, rather than giving you transfers.
I think that's really good. That being said, any games played on Yumi obviously shouldn't count towards this. Fuck Yumi.
I hate how hard we're forcing it. And then they completely like revamped how the characters look, how the map looks. It looks super good. The Angler Jax that they showed off, sick. One of the coolest. So that is coming early next year. Whew. League of Legends Esports Manager, which kind of felt like like you could build your own roster. This is only for the LPL currently, but it looked pretty cool. Very similar to, I think, Football Manager, which is a popular soccer, sort of like FIFA, except you don't play the matches. You just control the org.
Logistics of the team, yeah.
Which is super cool. They had some League vinyls come out, which what were on those vinyls, Aiden?
It's just a bunch of different orchestral renditions of their music. They have like 13 champion themes, a bunch of different origin like Demacius theme, Freljord theme, stuff like that. It's a 2-disc vinyl set. It's, I think, going for $40. I picked it up. I like pre-ordered it or whatever. It looks fucking sick. The actual album art is crazy. It just looks awesome, man. I feel like they've done a really good job with it.
Yeah, the album art looked super cool. Reminded me a lot of their the boxes for the statues that they had, like the Echo one.
Yeah,
very cool. And then we had probably the most exciting news, I think, is they're working on games, a fuck ton of games. They're having a League fighting game. And they showed off just a tiny little bit of it, but it exists. Legends of Runeterra, which is their card game, which seems like a mix of Hearthstone and Artifact and Shadowverse, like all rolled into one. It's the open beta, I think the closed beta is up now, and certain people can get in and play some matches already. Yeah. You can sign up at playruneterra.com. It looked super good. There are 24 champion cards. You level them up differently than any other game, I think.
Yeah,
really?
It looks pretty unique, yeah.
Yeah, you have to have certain circumstances happen to level them up, but once they do, they get super powerful. There are 6 major regions and that kind of separate how the cards are sorted. Demacia, Nexus, Freljord, Shadow Isle, Ionia, and Piltover/Zon. And they said that they will be adding more in the future. Each one has a different playstyle and strategy, and you can combine any of them. It will be free to play, which is probably the coolest news, and not the way that sort of other card games work. You still have to do quests and actually play the game to unlock cards, but you get to choose exactly like the region that you want to unlock cards for. So it's more of you still don't get to pick exactly which cards you want in this particular manner, but you get to work towards them on a much more streamlined basis than you would for, say, Hearthstone.
It's a lot more efficient to actually be able to get the cards you want for your deck and be able to play like at that upper level where you actually have all the cards available, and the only thing limiting you is your actual play, not, well, I can't win because I haven't RNG'd this good card.
So it actually feels a lot like League, where you have to play the game to unlock characters. But you get to decide exactly which ones you want. You don't have to to RNG your way into it. And then the coolest part of it was every week, as long as you play, I think based on the number of matches you played, you get 3 packs, right, to open, and and wild cards, which you can just turn into any card that you want. With the appropriate
cool.
rarity. Very cool. And then you create cards like with shards, which are the free to play currency, and then coins, which are the pay to play currency. And you just buy the cards that you want. You don't buy packs to try to unlock the cards, which is super cool. Very cool way to do it.
I guess like either way, it's still a digital card game, so it still will print money. There still is, in theory, pay to win. You can buy all the cards if you put enough money into it. That being said, I think they're doing it a lot better than all the other monetization models for games. I think randomized packs is the biggest problem with these games because it is more gambling than everything else. And I think removing that is like a huge step forward.
Oh, absolutely. This seems like such a consumer friendly like model. It's hard for me to see myself spending any money on this, I guess, currently, which is super nice. And I'm very excited. This is probably what I'm most excited for, is the card game.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for it too.
Because
I think I might drop like $20, $25 on release to pick up some packs as just like be able to jumpstart my way into the game, and two, we've said it before, we'll say it again, like, put your money where your mouth is. Riot, new game, here's money. We like when you give us new game. We want it.
Yeah.
Give us more. Here's my money, take it.
I mean, I probably will too, but just if that weren't the case, I couldn't see, like, how many league champions have you purchased with money? Right? Because there's always that, I'll just play more games until I unlock the next one, So I feel like that's how I would approach it. And then obviously, like, spending money somewhere.
Yeah, but if I can buy like foil card backs and stuff, ooh, gimme.
And then I think the full beta will be coming out early 2020 as well. Whew. A couple more things to talk about game-wise. They have a character-based tactical shooter that is very early in development, but looks a lot like Overwatch in that sense. Super, super cool. And their primary focus currently is on the back-end stuff, where they want to talk about... They talked for a long time about latency, like focusing on low latency, pretty high tick rate, stuff like that, making the game actually feel good.
The actual functionality, like the bones of it all.
As and well a lot of the feedback... I was just going to say, a lot of the feedback from people who have gotten a hand on it is that it feels very smooth.
I think they also talked, like, in what I saw, at least from the highlights, like, they talked about the design philosophy of the game a good amount, and, like, what they're actually trying to accomplish with it, because, like, there are a lot of games in that genre, and, like, aside from having, like, the League of Legends brand on it, like, what they're going to be doing to make it unique.
Yeah. But I think, like, in certain circumstances, you don't have to make something necessarily unique. You just have to make it really good.
Yeah. And I think that quality can be your distinct factor.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right. Like there's a reason that, when, let's say, like, PUBG versus, like, a lot of the other, arena shooters, like, when those came out and they were run, smoothly, there's a reason people at Battle Royales, like, changed over to other ones. It's because they ran better, or they, had different things. Like, it wasn't always necessarily a core, like, gameplay change that made someone switch.
Yeah. And then we're getting we have action RPG ? Because there was something that they showed that didn't fit into anything else.
And didn't really talk about it much either.
Yeah, we might even be getting an MMO-ish. There's rumors.
I think it's an RPG.
There is a quote from I think Mark Merrill saying, "We're not done yet. Like, there's still more to come." So I'm sure we'll get more news very soon. And then I guess
20th anniversary.
Finally, for the for the last of the heavy hitters, I'll say, is that we're getting. I don't want to say anime because it doesn't feel
It's
like
just
an
like
anime.
an animated
Yeah, we're
series.
getting an animated like League of Legends story, which
Like
is
it
looks
not just a
so
cinematic.
fucking good.
Yeah, a long form story revolving around looks like Piltover and Zaun. And it looks pretty hype. I'm wondering, have they announced if it's going to come out week by week or just all in a chunk, or have they talked about like the duration of it? If it's going to be like 13 episodes or 5
No.
or anything like that.
I don't think
It's
it's
literally
mentioned
just,
anything.
hey, this exists.
Just the trailer,
and
yeah.
the trailer, yeah.
Because if it comes out week to week, like God, that's our next show to watch together.
Yeah.
It does look like it'll be highlighting Vi and Jinx and a lot of the characters from the Piltover Zon area, which is super cool because that's a very fun. I mean, we got Echo, Dr. Mundo,
Yeah,
Singed.
it's a very
Echo.
interesting.
Did I say Echo?
Yeah.
We got Echo.
Yeah,
Got
Quick
Echo in this
Echo.
one.
It's a very, very fun area of Runeterra, and there's a lot that you can do with that idea of like this is a dense city, technological advancement, like the experimentation going on is on. Like there's a lot to really dig into there, and they've done a lot of world building with it. So I'm excited to see what really comes out of it. Like I'm really hyped about this, especially because of how good like the cinematics have been and continue to be. Like I want it all.
Yeah. Nice. And then we have a champion roadmap for the champion roadmap for October 2018. We already talked about Senna, but you can see her abilities the second day of quarterfinals. There will be a new marksman. Oh, I guess Senna is the new marksman, right?
No, this is a different one.
This is
She's
a different
support.
one.
She's a support. She's a marksman support. She's like support is her role, but she's a ranged carry. If that makes sense.
Senna is.
Senna is, yeah.
Okay.
This is a traditional marksman, like an actual.
Okay.
I'm building AD.
Gotcha. Okay, so there's a new marksman raised since birth with only one purpose: to protect the faith from those who stand in the sun. That reminds me a lot of the Leona Diana sort of relationship, which I would be super interested in them.
Maybe she's gonna be
developing
like
a
the
little bit more.
stars because you already got the sun and the moon, so it's gonna be like the stars.
Oh, that'd be cool. They have an Ionian Juggernaut, and I believe his sort of unique champion thing is going to be that he retaliates some of the damage that he takes. That he'll sort of like an old Maokai ulti, where it's scaled based on the
Okay.
damage he took.
Yeah.
And this will be a Juggernaut, since the last one they mentioned was really Darius, and that's been a while.
When did Darius come out? Darius released
Like
date.
7 years ago.
It has to be like 2011.
2012, May 23rd,
Holy shit.
2012. That's insane.
Holy shit! You know what's crazy? When did Kaisa come out? Just real fast.
Like
Just
2
answer
years.
fast.
It's 2 years
Two
at
and a
this
half
point.
years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, it's a year and a half ago, and it feels like she's a brand new character.
I still have
Yeah.
played, I think, 3 games of Kaisa ever. And I think
so
I
you're a
really
master.
like that character.
Yeah. 2 more things. Volibear update. I guess a couple more things. Volibear update. They found a direction for his kit. He is no longer they're no longer going with the permanently unstoppable gimmick.
Yeah.
And they're going to focus on him being the god of the storm and /thunder thing. And then all they said was that Fiddlesticks will be based around the concept of fear. And the idol animation they showed for Fiddlesticks was amazing. It
It's
was
creepy.
incredible. Fuck, dude. Like, his head moves like a crow. He has a mechanical arm. He drags this, like, very organic arm behind him. Very cool. Super, super freaky. And then there are 2 new champions coming down the pipeline. A whimsical new jungler. Oh, Ivern 2, baby. Basketball.
Yeah.
And then an edgy solo lane melee character.
They're re-releasing Kiana?
Oh, no, they're releasing Lane Kane.
Oh.
Lane Kane, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
you mean Talon.
No, I
True,
mean,
though.
You mean
that's
Zed.
true, yeah.
You mean Zed,
Yeah.
right?
for sure. And then champion posters are on sale.
The biggest
Champion
news of
splash
them
art
all.
posters.
They took our advice.
fucking
It finally
biggest
happened. They finally took their community's advice from the last 10 years that said, let us throw money at you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is currently only the classic champion splash arts. But that I assume that's only because this is something like pretty put together last minute.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna expand to skins at some point.
I made this comparison earlier, but it's basically the chips and shredded cheese of merch, where it is the least investment for the highest reward.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't imagine them not doing other splash arts.
I do love how fucking little effort they put into like their store pages for them, because like there's obviously you're not going to put a picture of every single splash art, so you have to use like background images and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But look how shitty those look. I suppose.
Yeah, they look pretty bad.
like it just, first of all, it doesn't make sense. Like I don't know, it's just silly, but that's fine. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I might
like
have
with
to
that
pick
much
one up.
effort. There's just no point in having those pictures. Like, just show us a high res image of the splash, like what we're gonna get, and leave it at that. Like, we don't need to see what it would look like on a white wall next to a little fucking chair that looks like it's about a foot and a half off the ground.
It's probably for scale.
Yeah, but
but even then, like,
but yes, I
there are
agree.
easier and better ways to show scale, like comparing it to an object of known size, a la Reddit's banana for scale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, like you could put it up. I'm trying to think of like a standard mouse pad or a standard keyboard. You could compare it to like so many things that would give an idea of the size, especially because like it has the measurements as well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and that's the news. That was their 10th year anniversary stuff. Super fucking exciting. A lot more than hey, everyone gets 20 blue essence and an icon.
Yeah.
So, you can fuck off, Reddit. But I mean, what are you guys most excited for? I mentioned the card game. I think Colton echoed that.
So
I love myself a good card game. You guys know this about me, and I've been playing a lot more of Star Realms on their online like ladder recently.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what rank are you?
I think globally I'm like 500 right now.
Hell yeah.
But it's not a huge community base that plays the game, and like the ladder is really strange in how it works. Like the whole online ranked arena is a strange format. That being said, I've just been enjoying like being able to play the game and like dig into it. But definitely like if Riot came out with one, that'd probably be my new like go-to card game.
So for me, I want to say like the fighting game, but it sounds like the thing that's the furthest out. It sounds like it might even be further out than their like character shooter, honestly. So it's kind of hard to
like
say.
RPG.
Something that won't be out till at least, I don't know, like 2021, maybe 2022 sort of thing. So it's probably that, but like actual like more recent stuff. Honestly, probably Senna. I feel like Senna is super hyped up. I'm super excited about her kit. I'm theorizing that she can auto her teammates and give them a shield. I think that would be the coolest mechanic in the game. Cause,
yeah,
like,
that's
then
what
you're-
I'm thinking too. Is that like your attack damage is going to have a ratio that converts to shield.
I think that's brilliant though, Colton, because it's a way to make your support have to micro, because you have to micro your AD carry, autoing them. And it also means you can't attack the enemy while you're attacking your teammate, right? Like I think those are two really cool mechanics that gate how shields and support works.
She would be such an character then, because then you would want to build attack speed and AP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Easy solution. Buy Renans. GG.
You buy Renan so you can
Holy
damage the
shit.
enemy while healing your team.
Holy shit. Or would you heal everyone on your team?
You got a big beefy front line. You're just shielding up all of your 3 divers from the back.
Damn,
I think it'd be
that'd
cool.
be wild.
I highly doubt that's what's going to happen. I bet you can't auto your teammates. I bet it's just going to be an ability to use on them. But I think autoing your teammates would be such a cool fucking mechanic for the game.
Yeah, that was what I thought when I first saw it, is that you'd be able to auto allied champions and impart like a shield on them, and then your abilities would be like targeted towards allies, primarily giving them things like either movement speed buff, a spell shield, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
But yeah, Senna seems pretty hype, and like that's been like a slow burning lore thing for so long, right? Where
Absolutely.
They dropped that with Lucian, and at the very beginning, right, there was the guns engraved with L and S, and it was like, is it light and shadow? Is it? I forget. There was like one other proposed one before it was like confirmed. Lucian.
Is it
Sun.
Last in Shadow?
No. But just like it's fun when like lore comes back and actually matters in the game. Even like it won't affect gameplay, but it's just like for people who are interested in the lore, like Senna's been out there for so long, just like Kaisa being Kassadin's daughter, like right, we've been waiting for Kassadin's daughter for like 8 years before Kaisa came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
so that's it for the news. Let's get into Worlds. So currently, I guess after the first round robin, we have some standings, and then we can talk about where our groups lie. Currently in Group A, G2 is in first place, Griffin is in second, Cloud9 is in third, and Hong Kong Attitude is in fourth. I think this is kind of how everyone's bracket looks.
Yeah, I think that was
this is how mine looks, at least.
That's how most people I think did it. I think I know some people put Griffin above G2.
Yeah.
And some people really wanted NA to get out, so they put Cloud9 through. But I'd say the standard like vanilla general consensus is the
safest bet.
Yeah, the safe bet is currently the status of this group, again with G2 first, Griffin in second, Cloud9 in third, and Hong Kong Attitude with 0-3 in fourth place.
Yeah. Group B, kind of the fucking wild group.
Yeah,
like,
it's messy. And
on the last day, every team was tied 1-1. So yeah, first place Fun Plus Phoenix at 2-1. Tied for first place Fun Plus Phoenix and J Team, and then tied for third place is Splice and Gambit, or GAM Esports. I'm just gonna keep saying that. However, they're one game away from one another.
Yeah, so it's 2-1, 2-1, and then 1-2, 1-2, and this was the one that everyone assumed was going to be Fun Plus Phoenix gets out in first place,
and then
everything else is a toss up.
Yeah,
and we'll see how that turns out in the final day of that group. I mean, I still think absolutely Fun Plus is going to make it out. Whether it's J Team, Splice, or GAM, who fucking knows?
Mm-hmm. In Group C, sort of exactly what we were thinking. I know mine is wrong, but not much. In first place is SKT. In second place is Royal Never Give Up. Third place is Fnatic. Fourth place is Clutch. This has definitely been the most interesting group in my opinion. And just because of the RNG SKT game.
This is a really good game.
Straight up.
I would definitely recommend watching it if you haven't yet. I think it's still pretty fresh, so maybe we avoid any specific spoilers about anything that happened, but definitely a game to watch. And again, I think, Nick, you and I had Fnatic over Royal in our brackets. Definitely still possible.
I had Royal finishing first, SKT finishing second.
And then I was the one who had SKT, Fnatic, then Royal, because I just want my boys Fnatic to get out. So yeah, and then
I want them to win one for MLXG.
And then we're on to Group D.
Group D, which is also pretty wild.
Yeah, three-way tie for first.
Yeah, three-way tie for first between Dam1, Invictus, and Team Liquid. And then AHQ kind of being the sacrificial lamb, unfortunately. But, I mean, I've not been terribly impressed by a lot of these teams.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've kind of played okay. Team Liquid in particular have kind of looked suspect at some aspects, Jensen, cough, cough. Which is a shame because Impact is playing out of his goddamn mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm really I think ideal situation for me, and I don't think this is what's gonna happen, but I would love to see a world where Damwon and Invictus have to play a tiebreaker, and we just get to watch Nuggery versus the Shy for 3 games.
Hell yeah, dude, that'd be pretty fun.
It's so fun to watch Nuggery and the Shy. Ooh.
It's fun to watch him take Klepto on every single champion in the game.
Klepto cull into Ancient Coin. But Nuggery, you're jungling.
But you're Vladimir.
That being said,
matter.
though, I think our biggest concern for this group before was how is Invictus going to do, right? And that was mainly dependent on, are the Shy and Rookie going to show up? And they've shown up fucking hard. The problem is their bottom lane might be one of the worst bottom lanes in the tournament. Like, it's actually insane. We went from like, oh, Invictus will be fine if Rookie and the Shy are doing fine, to they might not be fine because their bottom lane is so bad.
Yeah, but I think that, like, that was the case where typically I think, like, Rookie and the Shy are characters that are either going to take over the game or probably not do great. And, like, the rest of the team just needs to do okay. And they're doing slightly worse than okay, right? Like, they need to go 50-50. They've maybe been going, like, 35-40 or so. But, like, then the solo lanes are carrying it. But, yeah, it's an interesting group dynamic with just how Invictus is currently, like, working as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. And
I guess
pretty
the
much it for...
The
Sorry, go
only
ahead.
thing overall I wanted to mention was,
Sure.
what the fuck are people doing around Barons? Like, in general.
Yeah,
Jesus,
you and
dude,
I were
I don't
talking
know.
about it. Like, looks like every team, like, when you go back into their prep room, number one on the list of priorities, find a way to throw at Baron.
What was the... Fuck, who was Team Liquid playing when Xmithy got the level 14 versus level 17 Baron steal?
Oh, AHQ. That was when the game that they were throwing.
Was it AHQ? Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude. That was like, okay, Baron's
There's
fucked.
been like 5, I'd say 3 extremely bad and then 2 like moderately bad Baron plays. Like plays where the winning team goes for 50-50 Barons, right? Like, I will throw this game in the shitter to maybe win the game. Like,
Yeah.
I think the biggest offender of it, like out of all of them, was the Fun Plus J Team game, where neither team should go for Baron there, but both teams went for it, and it was a 30-second Baron fight to throw the game. Like, it's actually insane. How, like, it seems like maybe it's just like first week nerves sort of thing, but like, holy shit, dude, there's been way too many bad Baron plays. It's actually gross.
Yeah.
What was the... also, special shout out to... Fuck, what was the game where they just did the same, like, almost Baron fight over and over?
Are you talking about the GAM game where they had Nocturne?
Yes, Nocturne. It was Nocturne, Kai'Sa,
Nocturne,
Kled.
Yep, I love that, honestly. Like, I was joking about it when I played Nocturne today with Quinn. I was just like, I'm taking a play out of Levi's playbook. Press R every time it's off cooldown. My ultimate should never be available for me to use for more than 5 seconds.
Exactly. Can't cool down if it's not on cooldown.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, watching it feels so wrong, and it doesn't feel like good, clean League of Legends. But from, like, a top-down, like, coaching perspective, like, they had a fucking plan, and they continued going on that plan until it worked. And I think that's really a good thing. Like, the fact that they couldn't maybe execute it for the first 8 attempts, not a good thing. That's like a player thing. But in terms of their actual organization, the fact that they continue to have faith in the comp that they drafted and the strategy that they were playing and saying, hey, we're going to make this same play until it works. And they pulled it off. And I think that's actually a really good thing. And you hear all the time about teams adapting to the game state, but I don't think as often you see examples like this where they just fucking stick to their guns until it happens.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think both teams felt confident that they would win the fight again, given it over. And we've seen sort of that mindset in, like, best of 3, best of 5 series. Like, where, it's the same draft from both teams on both sides. Well, they're just going to run it back because they didn't think it was a problem last time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was sort of, like, boiled down into 4 or 12 team fights in one game. But super fun. Very cool. Sneaky and Reckless have yet to play an AD carry.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fun.
Oh, I also meant to mention, like, I stepped away for a second when you guys were talking about Group A. Did you guys talk about Griffin at all in the fact that, like, all their problems they've been having? So, I guess, like, so in theory, Chovy and Tarzan have been playing super well, in my opinion. And the only reason they're losing games, in my opinion, is the fact that Sword might be the worst player at the tournament, or one of the worst players at the tournament. Their top laner. He's the one who played Renekton in those games where he would just ult nothing as Renekton. Like he'd like alt, and then
Yeah, there
he
were a
would
few times where he would like. It's almost like was it TSM's top laner on Aatrox who
Haunter, yeah,
Haunter like ult into the fight, and by the time he got there, it's expired.
like it was almost like he was playing Renekton. So like he would ult, and then by the time he'd get to the fight, he'd have full fury, and that was how he used Renekton ult. Like he wouldn't be on screen, and he'd come into the fight as his ult was expiring, like multiple times in different games. Like so, the main problem with that is that I've been like reading into it a lot because there's been a lot of drama with their team because they fired their head coach right before Worlds. So their other top laner, who was their main top laner for all of this past split, is their carry player, and then Sword is their like tank player, right? But their coach that got fired was like the big supporter of their like carry Doran. Like Doran's their carry player, who's their sub at the tournament. And now that the two coaches are fighting, the one guy got fired. The other coach refuses to play Doran, and instead is just playing Sword, who's their tank player, who hasn't played carries all season. And it looks like it. It actually looks like he doesn't know how to play a single carry. Like it's bad. So I don't know.
Yikes.
I don't know,
That
man.
being said, it's still enough to put them in second place in the group right now. And if they get their shit together,
To be fair, I think G2 has been their only competition so far.
I agree.
Cloud9 has looked pretty fucking bad. Hong Kong even worse.
But they're almost going to drop games to like Cloud9 and Hong Kong because like in the Cloud9 game, I'm not sure if you watched it. It was a very long game. The best player for Cloud9 was Sword by like a lot. I don't know, man.
And it's strange to see like that level of play coming out when you look down into teams into Group C and D, and you're seeing like, you know, Fnatic might not make it out, Liquid or Invictus might not make it out, right? But this current level of Griffin will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much it. We'll have an update next week when groups are over. We get into the knockouts. But TSM has a new mid laner. Just kidding. It's Bjergsen.
Yeah,
He re-signed with TSM and is now a part owner.
Yeah, and that's
of TSM.
Right. When we talked about this a little bit ago, I think someone emailed like, "Is Bjergsen ever going to leave TSM?" And now that question has been firmly answered.
Yes.
No, Bjergsen is TSM.
Also, the question firmly answered: no, they could not pay him enough money.
And the question firmly answered: Riot doesn't know how to run their league that they're allowing this. Like that's my problem. Like I don't whatever. Bjergsen's with TSM, that makes sense, right? It's probably the best brand move for him, right? He could get as much money as he wants anywhere, but he got part ownership of TSM through his deal, which I think sets a fucking terrible precedent for League of Legends and contracts. In my opinion,
I don't
certainly
think
does.
that's very good for the nature of the scene. And I think that this is one of those things where, like, when you then compare it to traditional sports, like, nobody's ever drafted to the fucking, you know, Patriots saying, "Hey, you're going to be a part owner."
So I like someone in our chat asked why. So like the first thing is that the reason why this happened obviously is the fact that Reggie was an owner and a player at one point. I would assume this is why it's happening, right? And this is probably the only way they could keep him. The reason why it becomes a problem is the fact that, well, first of all, like in team related, like inside like the team closed environment, he is now a owner. Therefore, he is never the problem. Therefore, how do you coach an owner? How do you tell an owner that he's problem? How do you bench an owner?
Yeah,
how does an owner interact with other players in like the hierarchy of teammates? Like all that is so fucked up.
Your teammates and your coaches are now your employees, right? And you are above them on the totem pole. So if you have a disagreement with someone who's trying to coach you or someone who's trying to push you, you know, a coach can't bench their boss. A coach can't make them feel the pressure to need to perform when they're the ones signing the checks, right? Like,
to be fair, like I assume he is a minority owner, right?
Of course.
So he's not technically the boss. And I don't see this happening with Bjergsen particularly.
Yeah, I think he's a good guy, like overall. But like, I just think logistically for Riot to allow this is fucked because he can't play for another team. He can't be an owner of TSM and play for another team, right? Therefore, he's locked into TSM. If TSM wants to get rid of him, if TSM wants to get rid of him, they have to like get him to sell shares. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a weird thing. It sets the precedent of look at someone like Froggen. Froggen, who's been on shit teams, like he's been on a lot of low tier teams, despite being I'd say a very high value player, right? Would be the way to put it.
Yeah.
What happens when low level teams start selling shares of their company to get high level players?
Yeah.
And every org has players tied to their organization through contracts. Like that's such a messy ground, in my opinion. It like creates so many problems for Riot logistically.
It's a big old can of worms that I don't think is beneficial to the scene.
I do think the way around that is contractually wording. If the majority owner decides to release you from the roster, you must sell your shares. I think that is the legal way to get around them working for another team, but still owning shares.
Or just be smart, like stop it right now. Just after this, be like, okay, now we're putting in a new legislation that you can't be an owner, you can't be a part owner of a team that you play for.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if for the next split, if Riot put out some kind of change to the contracts, either preventing this or limiting it into certain ways. Because again, I don't think it's good, especially when they're trying to franchise. I mean, they have franchise, but like as they're continuing to grow and like formalize this process, that is not, I think, a long-term like sustainable choice or a good business decision for this. That being said, like fucking hats off to Bjergsen. Great player, seems like a cool dude. Like, glad he's getting everything he wants, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
But again, yeah, like for the actual future of competitive league, I think we're all on the same page that we don't think that's probably a good thing, offering players shares of ownership while they are still playing. You know,
Yeah, it
if
just
this
seems
was part
weird
of his
that
like retirement package, saying like, hey, when you quit TSM, you're gonna get like a chunk of ownership. Like, totally fine with that.
it just seems weird that this is the like additional compensation instead of, I don't know, I guess just more money.
Yeah, logistically, that screams that there's problems with TSM. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? If you have to start paying your players in like shares, means like they couldn't satisfy his needs like financially, right? He would have chosen another team. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that seems problematic for TSM, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's what it seems like from the outside, and that's all we can judge it on until we learn otherwise. Which takes us to Mail Fight. We've got quite a few emails. I know that there was one. I believe I emailed you back. Josh, we're going to discuss your email next week. But we've got quite a few, so let's jump into it. First one is from Broken Banjo. He says, hi all. If you have had to have a champion/skin tattooed on your butt, what champion and why? Happy birthday, ? Broken Banjo.
Good start.
The obvious answer is High Noon Lucian. So anyone who sees it knows that I'm a very cool dude.
What a cool dude. Did you see the like dope blanket they made?
Yes, and I thought about how much I don't need $250.
Yeah, it's an expensive blanket. But
It's
it looks
very
so
expensive. It's very cool.
Cool. Okay, so you're
The
going
flip
up-
side, ooh.
Yeah, so you're doing High Noon Lucian. Aiden, who are you gonna get tattooed on your booty?
Diana, because it's like a moon.
Nice.
Ooh, well done. Well
That's
done. Well
fucking comedy.
done. Damn, this is a tough choice. I feel like I'd probably go with like Shaco.
Ooh, to let everyone know you're a trickster.
Yeah, I think he's a really cool character design, and he was one of my like first mains that really got me into the games. Like, there's
Yeah.
some sentiment there.
Nice. Any particular skin, or
I
I guess for both of you.
I'd
Whatever one's the
probably
most
do,
moon
like,
like.
Default or Jester.
Okay. I think Lunar Goddess is the most moon-like.
That would be a good one.
Nice. Best flash art. Thank you, Broken Banjo.
Yeah. Next email is from Little Barnabas, our boy.
The one and only.
Hey, fellows. As I'm sure everyone will say, congratulations. It's been a great time listening, and I look forward to the next 400. Regarding last week, when you thought people don't care about things you say, I'd like to weigh in. Starting at Aiden's pretty well. I started taking common league cast phrases and turning them into a drinking game. Right now, it's true. And twitch.tv/bluebasket. Sorry, twitch.tv/bluebasket. There, have 4 shots, bitch. This has been a super fun, but I listen on my way to work, and I've been getting obliterated before 7:30 a.m. Please, for the good of my liver and my career, come up with new stuff soon.
Before he drives to work, by the way.
Yep. As for Ask the Hosts, Nick, can you give us your top 3 Kanye songs?
Nut. Should we just do this right away?
Yeah.
Yeah, just give us your answers, because there's a question for each of us.
Boom. Number 1, Runaway. Best song of all time. It's perfect. Number 2, probably Hold My Liquor. Amazing song. Number 3, probably Power. Next question.
Those are some good fucking songs.
They're
Next question.
fucking slappers.
Colton, what is the best thing you've eaten in Texas?
Your mother's ass, Sam.
Ooh,
How about that one? Got him.
Got him. Probably when I was in Austin last year, I went to a place called Stubbs Barbecue.
Hell yeah.
Real fucking good. That was probably my favorite barbecue that I've had, and probably my favorite food in general that I've had now.
You get some brisket?
Yeah. That being
Some brisket?
yeah, brisket's real good. I think like pulled pork is probably my favorite thing to get at like a barbecue place. But that's because I think it's just like it's so much more sauce, you know, and like
That's true, yeah.
It's real good. Anyway, next question, Aiden. What is your favorite memory in any video game? And why is it when you got Diana tattooed on your butt?
It's probably either like playing The Witness and like coming across the moment, or when I was like little, like Trevor and I like playing through Kingdom Hearts 2 and like finally beating the Xemnas fight because like we were dumb little kids. You know how everything's harder as kids? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that Xemnas fight's like an hour and a half, like normally I think. Probably like an hour if you're like good at the game. I remember it being like 4 hours. I remember it just being. We played on like the hardest difficulty, but it was like I remember it being like 4 hours, or maybe my little kid brain knew it was 4 hours. It was actually like 2, but still, like, yeah, one of those two.
Those are some good questions, Sam. We really appreciate the email and your continued support. So again, thank you for the email, LeBarnabas. He also gives us his Snapchat. You're gonna get flooded with nudes now, boy.
Maybe that's his goal.
That's what he wanted.
Well, he put it SAMMYFEINZ, and he says anyone can add him.
True.
So hit him up,
Very
dudes.
cool.
Hit up his premium Snapchat.
Fuck. Could you imagine how much money we'd be raking in if we were hot girls?
Yeah.
Big money.
I had so much bathwater just sitting around.
True.
Thanks, Sam. Also, another email from Samuel, a different one. He says, hello and greetings to the best League of Legends podcast on the platform. I've been listening to the podcast for a while now, and I have to say it's probably the best thing to happen to my game knowledge. I started playing in 2015 and gave up because I just couldn't get a handle on it. After getting reintroduced to it, I started to listen to you nerds, and it helped me so much. I've yet to start my ranked games, even though I've been here forever. I guess I just can't get over the fear of getting placed low, but hopefully next season I'll be a better jungler and laner and can start to climb. Long story short, thank y'all for being a saving grace for me at work and for giving me hours of juicy content to binge when I join the Patreon. Shameless plug. Hope y'all are having a great week. Keep up the great work. Love you boys. Crix/Samuel.
I think we read
Thank
that
you,
one
Samuel.
last week.
I don't
That
think
being
so.
said, great email. Thank you,
I
Chris.
don't think we did.
I'm pretty sure we read that one already.
Pretty sure
I think
we did.
I read that one.
I think this is a different one.
Maybe they're
Just
just very
everyone
similar
likes-
in content.
This came after Sam's email that we received. I'll double check.
Maybe there's just so much great content on our Patreon that multiple people are emailing us about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the guy. I think this is probably the same person.
Yes, I think so as well. I think he was, talking about it last week.
Gotcha.
But yeah, this came on October 11th, which was after we recorded it.
Okay.
After the
maybe
ninth.
just do similar content.
Yeah, after the 9th.
True.
Huh. Just play your games, dude. Play your games. Play your games. Who cares?
Yeah, get that. Again, we said it last time. Like, being bronze is better than being unranked for your next season's climb. So
It's
get
like-
in there, get some experience.
plus- I guarantee after those 10 games, it's gonna feel way less stressful. You're like, oh, that was basically nothing.
He got placed. I remember him posting on our Discord. He said he got placed silver 4, I believe.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
super good, dude. That was way better than we all got played season 1.
Yeah.
Holy
Back
shit.
when we were at 1200 elo.
Yeah. Plus the season's about to end. Get that bread.
Get that bread.
Nice. Thank you, Samuel.
Yeah, next email is from That Cello Guy. He says, "Hey guys, big fan of the podcast. I think a Zed origin story would make a great anime, following his rise from a newbie ninja to master of shadows. You're describing the plot of Naruto. Kagebushi no Jutsu. Since there isn't much info on his early life, I have an idea that might..."
Is that just edgy Naruto?
I think so. I love that Aiden's just dying. Zed starts out as a loner who no one in his village believes could be the top ninja. Wait, he's memeing about this at this point. But through the power of friendship, hard work, and 700 episodes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
We got
double meme. We got double meme.
Fucking got us, dude. He boomed us.
He fucking boomed us.
He finally stands above all, thinking a small redesign would make it more appealing to the masses, so put him in an orange jumpsuit as well. The sequel can be about his son, League's newest champion in 2035.
We actually got owned.
Bed. Not Zed,
Fuck.
Bed. Also, I like the thought of making group stage have the top seeds pick who they want in their group, but think you can make it so pick order doesn't have to be decided at random. Make MSI more than just determine which region gets to not play for play-ins. Add a third place match and have that determine pick order for groups. With LMS dying, you can have the top 3 seeds from the other major regions not compete in play-ins, and if a wild card gets to the group stages of MSI over a major region, NA, then they get that region's 3 seeds for Worlds.
Nice. I
Long
like that.
email, but keep up the good work. That Cello Guy.
I think he owns Leaguecast.
Yeah,
I think that's what just happened.
Fuck. Great email, dude. You
That was
got
fucking
us.
good.
Good job,
You
Cello Guy.
fucking boomed us so hard. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Cello Man. Play us a song. You're the Cello Man. That's copyright. Fuck.
Yeah. Now Billy Joel.
Now it's owned. Yeah. Next email is from Colin. He says, "Hey guys, I appreciate y'all's hard work on this show. Just started listening as I only started playing League in June. Oh shit. I'm a Dr. Mindo main top, but lost my promos pretty hard when I played him, so I started playing Blitzcrank support and climbed to Silver 1. But that's not what this is really about. How viable is Machine Gun Lulu? I played her in Norms a couple games in one lane every time unless my jungle came and fed my laner, but I didn't lose it myself. She's a lot of fun to play top, but my friends got mad because we didn't really have a front line. Is she viable? Thanks, Colin." I think as long as you're playing her in a solo lane, absolutely. Preferably against a melee champion. And then, yeah, if you have like some way to initiate somewhere else, like in mid lane or in the jungle, then it's probably fine.
Right, yeah, like you still need a tank and some kind of initiation. That being said, I've said this before, any character can be played on hit attack speed. Any character. And it's going to be viable if you have the mechanics to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
True.
That's fair.
True.
Big
Another
true.
drink, Sam.
Yeah, dude, Sam's going to not make it work. They're going to find him in a ditch.
Yeah.
They're going
Thank
to
you,
listen to
Colin.
the most recent podcast on his phone. Oh, man. Drive safe, Sam. Next
Thanks, Colin.
email is from Howling Wind, one of our new Patreon subscribers.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah. Greetings, listeners, and welcome to the Leaguecast podcast, Season 4 Patch Notes. A new season of the podcast is now live, and here are the patch notes. Colton has been struggling in the meta for a while, so he increased his cheese ratio from 20 to 45%. Colton sometimes doesn't read stuff when he's supposed to, so he added Big Brain Passive, which should fix the problem. Nick seems almost too excited at times, so we removed his cocaine stash and gave it back to Jinx. Aiden's name is a bit hard to spell, and this makes people confused. Renamed Aiden to Aaron. Added Fuck Yumi to be used at least once per episode. Also added Zoe to the Fuck You list. Fuck Zoe, fuck Yumi, true.
True.
Due to meme complaints, increased true by 50%.
True.
Bug fix. Fixed a bug where Howling Wind wasn't a Patreon. Should be fixed when I'm done with this email.
Nice.
Jokes aside, here is my not league-related question that you wanted. Have any one of you seen Hajime no Ippo? I highly recommend it, even if you don't like boxing or sports anime. Congrats on episode 400. Your big meatball IKEA brain Swede, Howling Wind.
I have not seen it.
The next sports anime on my very small list of sports animes to watch, I watched Prince of Tennis like way back in the day, and my next one is like Kuroko no Basket.
No, stop! Don't let fucking Pards hear that.
I know. It's
Stop.
But like it's I think one of the most popular ones out there, and I
It
feel
is.
like it's one of those where like if you want to be like up to date, or at least like have like that broad base of culture in the medium, right? Like there are movies that like when you're studying films, like you have to watch these movies. There are, I think, like animes that are like defining to the genre of like sports anime, and I think that's one of them. That being said,
Don't
sports
let
anime
him
are
know.
very low on my list of things to watch.
It's just like I don't want to watch someone play sport. I guess it's literally just slice of life with sports as like the like you know how toast is the vehicle to get peanut butter into your mouth.
If your name
Sports
is
in this
Aiden,
situation-
yeah. If your name is Aaron, then it is.
Sports anime are the like is the like vehicle to get slice of life into your mouth.
Sports is the vehicle to combine shonen and slice of life in a
That's fair. It's kind of very shonen-esque. That's fair.
like sports anime are totally shonen. Like
Yeah.
they're like ridiculous fights with like crazy special moves and people like declaring their things, like training. Like that's sports anime. That being said, I still feel very fondly towards Prince of Tennis, even though I know it's not good. It's just like one of those guilty pleasures.
Nice. Well, thank you, Howling Wind.
Yeah, and thanks again for joining us on as a patron.
Yes. Next email is from Dylan, aka I am 3D Ski. Hey, Leecast, I am 3D Ski here. This
first part.
Okay.
Did you just have a stroke? Are you
I see.
okay?
Never mind.
It's because I read part of it. It says
Do you
doesn't
smell
need to be read on
toast?
the show. If you guys are trying to run it shorter, just wanted to. I was determining whether or not I should read this because I didn't do that before the show. But just wanted to say how much I love the show, and you guys definitely one of my favorite podcasts, and you guys are amazing. Thank you. So first off, congratulations on making 400. Been listening since 3 or 4 episodes when Leecast split into Casual Cast. Wow, it's been a while. So on to the fun question. Leecast podcast gets turned into an anime. What type of anime do you guys want it to be? Sports? Wow. Slice of life, getting sucked into the game like Sword Art Online. Which of you is the number one in the anime, and what are the roles? What's your opening theme song, and what's your ending song? If sports style, who else joins the club? What is your fan service element panty shots? Ab shot? Question mark. Last part, if you get to pick the creator of the show, i.e. Death Note, JoJo, One Punch Man, who's your pick to create this amazing idea? Keep up the amazing show, and here's to 400 more. I think we should all pick one of these.
Okay, I'm choosing the type of show.
Okay.
It's a harem.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
It's 100% over.
Is it a harem or is it a
100%
reverse harem? Okay.
Either that or it's like, would it be a gay harem and it's just all dudes?
I mean, I want you guys to like be on like always trying to like get with me.
Because like the fan service.
Oh,
is
you think
obviously
you're the
gonna
main
be
character is what you're saying.
The fan
I'm the-
service
I
is going to be me kissing you guys.
Okay, so
Good
you've
reading between
decided,
the lines.
you've decided Aiden has made the executive decision that he's in fact making 2 choices: the type of anime
As
and
a
who the
lead
main
character would.
is.
Aiden's the main character. Well, I know I'm not. The
I
main
think that's
character.
fair. I think that's fair. You know, you jumped on it. What's our opening theme song?
I feel like it'd be really upbeat, like Great Days.
Okay, and our outro would have to be the outro to part 5.
Yeah, just straight up steal it. Mm-hmm. Fan service elements, I feel like there'd be a lot of me
It's definitely
kissing you guys on the
Go
cheek.
it's definitely shots of our butt with our sweet tattoos, right?
Yeah, obviously.
True.
We'll do like JoJo poses, but like with just a lot of ass.
That'd be so
showing.
fucking cool. And then who's our pick? It's gotta be a Rocky, right?
Yeah.
Hundo Percento.
Hyacto percento.
Yeah. True.
Whoever the fuck the.
Thank you, Dylan. Hopefully you enjoy our gay reverse harem, Aiden slice of life.
I mean, Alex and Chris are obviously going to be there. Kevin's there. The whole team is there.
That's pretty cool. Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah. Next email is kind of a long one, so everyone buckle up. It's from...
Yeah, I tried to shorten it down as much as I could, but it was fucking rough, dude.
It was really good. I mean, like, it was concise, but it's just long. So this one's from I'm a Fish. It says, fuck Yumi.
Thanks, Fish. Next email is from Tango, 8778. He says, "Hey guys, congrats! Looking forward to the episode tomorrow. Oh, that's today. And really hoping you talk about the Thresh Lucian animation that came out. I'm overly excited to see what comes out of it. Maybe a new map skin, or the more obvious new champ like Senna. Thanks. Since your little amount of advice, I went from bronze 1 to silver 2, close to gold, mainly because of Trainer spam, and switched from full to straight up top laning." Switch full time to straight up top laning. Keep up the great work, Tango. Hell yeah, dude. Keep it up. You'll be gold in no time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, that animation was fucking sick, dude.
So cool.
Yeah, everyone watched it except for me.
Is that their
Obviously.
best animation yet?
I don't think so.
I think so.
I
think so.
Lore like specific, yes, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. Cause okay, so the faces in New Dawn are fucked up. But the spell, like the effects, like when Nautilus fucking does his E, nut. Super cool.
New Dawn, I love the New Dawn cinematic. It's pretty great.
I like the Donkey version where Jax is backdoor in at the end.
Actually, all their cinematics are good though. Let's be real. Like none of them are bad.
They're all fantastic.
They're good. But that one is super cool because it has Lucian.
Next email here is from Alan. Hey guys, just wanted to shout you guys out and congratulate you on hitting 400. The last time I messaged was on episode 200, where I clowned on Chris still being stuck in silver. Made my day hearing you guys read it aloud. I don't really play League much anymore, but I like listening to you guys talk about it still. I was a dirty Yasuo one trick anyway, so it's probably for the best.
True.
I am, however, getting caught up in TFT. So the goal is to hit Diamond there, since I blow too much balls at regular League to do that. Until then, see you guys at episode 600. Rest in peace, Warfinch Media.
True.
Alan. Hey, Alan, if you don't, want to invest time in League of Legends Classic, guess what company just released or announced like 7 more games they're putting out?
Yeah.
You can play the card game, you can play the fighting game, the RPG, the shooter. There's so many new League of Legends titles coming soon, TM.
It's actually so funny. Kennedy and I were talking like a couple weeks before. I'm not sure if like you were there, Nick, but she reminded me of it. It was the fact that I was making some sort of joke about how in the future I want to be in like a world where when I get bored of League, I just switch over to like the League MMO, then I like switch over to League FPS, and then I switch over to League card game.
And now that's a reality.
It's actually real. Like 1 month later.
Yeah, that's real, and it's just I can imagine a point in time where someone's like, "What kind of video games do you play?" And like, I play the League of Legends suite of games. like my shooter is the League.
The
shooter.
Riot special.
My card game is the Riot card game. My MOBA is the Riot MOBA. Like every itch I get, like, what puzzle games do I play? The Riot puzzle games.
I mean, I'm sure there's
Right,
people who do
right,
that with Blizzard, right? Like, I'm sure there is.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah,
not anymore,
for sure.
but
Well, they still have to because they can't delete their account. Yeah. We look forward to Thank you, Alan. It's been a long time. We look forward to hearing from you in about 4 more years.
hell yeah.
Hope everything's going well. Next email is from Tartar, the one and only.
A dear friend, a special
The
man,
dearest.
and
got
someone
antlers.
who recently got married. Congratulations, buddy.
Hey, Nick, Aiden, and Colton. Just wanted to congratulate you guys on the big milestone of 400 episodes. Hopefully, I'll be joining you guys again soon on TeamSpeak and playing some more League again. My question for you guys is, where were you when you first started listening to LeagueCast? What do you remember about the first episode you heard? Anyway, guys, keep up the great work. Your boy Tartar.
Well, I've never listened to a single episode of the podcast because I don't expose my ears to inferior content.
That's true.
So.
That's true. Objection. When we tried to do the bloob joke, you knew
True.
about it.
Yeah.
You ruined it.
I actually do always listen to the show if I don't actually get
Yeah.
a chance to be there to record, just so I don't miss out on anything. And like, especially if you guys cover a particular point in like the emails, and I feel like I had something to add to that discussion, I try and bring it back. That being said, for me, the first episodes, I think started listening to the show probably around like episode like 10 or 15, just because like you know my brother was good friends with everyone who was making the show, and at that point I didn't know any of them in the group, so I was like, oh, I'll like listen to the show and like hang out in the TeamSpeak. And I did that for a little while. I ended up just like hanging out in the TeamSpeak and like playing solo queue, not in a channel with anyone. And then I kind of stopped listening to the show, honestly, until I eventually joined on as a co-host.
Mm-hmm. I was listening in my cubicle at the Department of Revenue in the state of Florida. And that's how I came upon it. I don't remember what episode I was listening to first, but I feel like it was not very long between me listening, me joining TeamSpeak, and like getting to know everyone. So I'd probably place that in like the 60s, episode 60-ish. Maybe?
Hell
Maybe
yeah.
earlier than that. How about you, Aiden?
Aiden?
Episode 1, baby!
Sub 20 for sure. Grade 9 math class. I'm not very good at math anymore because of it. So
Thank you, Lee.
That's why, yeah, LeagueCast is why you're not good at math.
I definitely like remember like I would send emails in math class to the show.
We should do that soon. Oh, we should have done that for this episode. Is go back and read all of your emails.
Oh, we can do that at 500.
Publish
Yeah.
that in,
Yeah,
like
that's
in a
true.
book as merge.
Please respond, smiley
The
face.
musings of Aiden Frost
Can-
Rock.
you know how they put like tweets up on like t-shirts and stuff?
Yeah.
Can I get Aiden emails like on
Yeah.
a shirt or a mug?
My emails were great.
They were pretty good.
Who is the most
I do
OP,
remember-
who are the 3 most OP and 3 most broke like balanced characters in League of Legends? That was my first email.
Thank you, smiley face.
Thank you. Please respond, smiley face.
Did you
Notice me?
Did
That's
you
what
put
it
that for
was.
your first one?
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
sure that was my first one, but I know that was the response to
Yeah.
one or the.
Aiden, how do you
Sign.
think ninth grade you would react if current you went back into that math class and told you what would happen?
He'd be disappointed that Nick was a host first. He'd be like,
I
"You
don't
really
disagree.
fucked up losing that 1v1 tournament."
You remember that turret dive that ruined your life?
Yeah.
Let me go back in time to that one.
You remember that red
moment.
pot you didn't, that 4 pot you didn't pop?
In my defense, like we can leave this to our listeners. This is our first ever Cassiopolia. Is Nick a cuck stupid bitch? We played a fucking 1v1 tournament. We played first round in bracket, right? Is double elimination. I beat him with we played Zinzao to Udyr, I believe, was our first round. I beat you last auto. So I'm in winner's bracket. He's in loser's bracket. He makes his way all the way back up. Play him in finals. So I have to win 1 match. He has to win 2. And he plays Teemo then Heimerdinger. Mm-hmm. You're a cuck
Because you
ass
banned my
bitch.
Caitlyn.
You're stupid. You're actually stupid.
I remember like the 1v1 tournament at the first meetup, where I was just doing stupid shit. Like I ran a
Salvo dicked us?
yeah. So I ran a 3 experience quintessence page so that I could hit level 2 1 minion sooner, and try and surprise people.
I towered
Probably-
over Jacob level 1 as Quinn, and he was playing Darius, and I lost.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
That was fun.
Yeah. So thanks
That was a good
again for the email, Tartar, and again congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, Tartar.
Yeah.
Hope to hear from you
next
soon.
Email.
This is... Wait, can I preface this, please?
Sure.
This is the most cursed bullshit I've ever read in my entire life.
Oh,
I'm seeing part of
wait,
it, and I'm so
You'll
happy.
know. It'll hit a point where it's like, oh, this is the cliff that I stepped off of.
This email is from Carius. Dear Nick, Aiden, and Colton, congratulations on reaching 400 episodes. Obligatory disclaimer. I've been listening for a while, but this is my first time sending in an email to the podcast. Before I found Leadcast, I would normally get to Gold 5 by the end of the season. After I started listening to the podcast, I made it all the way up to Gold 4 this year.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it's
Huge
funny
improvement.
because...
No,
Gold
no. Great job, bud.
Just like Nick Cooper, the division that you used to be stuck in no longer exists. Some non-league questions because of the special milestone episode. These are based on a Reddit thread and another podcast that I listen to. Question 1. Do you guys sit or stand when showering?
There is one answer to this because the other one is a bath.
So hear me out. What if you had what if you had a chair in your shower?
A chair. Okay. Okay.
So
I guess I did not assume there would be a chair.
Yeah,
like,
so
you've
Nick,
got to like okay.
There in my house growing up, one of our showers is like there's a little section that comes out as like a seat. So like if you want to like sit down, you can like like wash like the bottom of your feet and stuff without having to worry about like slipping and falling. That being said, obviously I always stand, and that's the only right answer.
Like okay,
unless you have problems standing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously those are the exceptions. But when I read this, I thought there are people who put their butt on the bottom of the shower when they shower. That is not something people do.
Have you ever sat down while showering though?
No.
Like when you're sick and you just want to sit in the shower while it's like hot and steamy.
I have like if I'm just like I just want to like sit in the steam and like relax for like a few minutes, like. And typically it wouldn't be like sitting on my butt. It'd be like more of like a like child's pose kind of position, sort of. But
what is a child's pose?
It's like you're on your knees and like leaning forward. Just Google child's pose. It's like one of like the real basic like yoga positions.
Oh, okay.
For like stretching out your lower back and just a very relaxing way to sit.
Gotcha.
Anyway, question the second. Do you guys wear socks when showering? Obviously.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
Also unacceptable.
So gross.
No. Yeah. Nobody... If you're wearing socks while you shower, you're just doing it wrong, period. Wearing
what
socks
I've never heard
while
a
showering is like playing Yumi.
You know what I've never heard a human being say in my entire life? Boy, I love these wet socks. That is an alien sentiment.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. I don't know. We're gonna need to like flag this show now. Anyway, you guys are great.
There's the cliff, by the way.
You guys are great, and I love the podcast. Keep up the good work. Regards, Carius. P.S. Even though I stand in the shower and do not wear socks while showering, I fully support any sock-wearing shower sitters out there.
No.
References
Yeah, I
us
don't.
to shower socks, and this was a Reddit thread, and then I think a link to like something about sitting down in the shower.
Can I read this?
Yeah,
read
it's
this
a
post?
fucking nightmare.
Wearing socks in the shower is the best way to shower. Completely disregarding the hygiene aspect of your feet not getting as clean, I think the feeling of wearing socks in the shower or bath is orgasmic. The texture of a wet sock is absolutely amazing, especially when it's engulfed in water. Just the texture along with it sticking to your skin, but not enough to be bothersome, is fucking orgasmic. I try to shower with socks on a couple times a week, but I like my feet being clean for personal reasons.
I'm reading the comments on the thread. I love this. Why not wash your feet first, then put socks on? That'd probably solve your problem. Very creative thinking. This is how the internet can truly help the world.
So one thing that I want to say about this, I still am not really in support of shower socks, or sour socks, to be fair. I feel like there might be like a line of this where, like, when you get wet, it's unpleasant unless you're like soaked, right? Like if it's like a light drizzle in the rain, it's like unpleasant. But if it's like you're just like fully submerged in a pool, it's nice, right? Where I feel like a kind of wet sock is terrible, and a fully immersed one might not be terrible. I'm not gonna try it because I don't.
It might be less terrible.
Yeah, like it would be less terrible at the least. Like I can see maybe some level of where this is coming from.
That's fair.
I guess.
You're gonna
So
try
it'd
it.
be like kind of
You guys
like,
wanna all try it
dipping your
tomorrow?
feet in the water.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's all try it and report back next week.
Only if we're.
I'm
all
gonna sit
taking
down with socks
pictures
on.
of our wet socks feet and putting it on our Patreon.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to this. We just cut our fucking hands open and touched hands.
Okay.
This is a blood pact.
Wet socks pics coming to a Patreon near you.
That's so weird.
This is disgusting. I'm gonna throw up.
Episode 400 extravaganza.
Okay, that's gonna do it for the first half. Stay tuned. Question mark for the games portion.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter at LeakCast and at LeakCastFrost. On Facebook, we are LeakCast. On TeamSpeak, ts.leakcastpodcast.com. You can hang out with us. Or on our Discord, you can get that from our website, which is leakcastpodcast.com. There's a little widget that you can click on. Send us emails, mail at leakcastpodcast.com. Next week, we can go back to the normal league ones. Alternatively, you guys can keep sending in fun non-league related ones.
Yeah, those are always welcome.
Yeah. But yeah. Twitch.tv/bluebasket and
Take another shot,
out
Sam.
are where we stream. And then finally support us on Patreon, patreon.com/leaguecast. Thank you all for listening, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. 400.
Hello and welcome to the first ever LeagueCast Jeopardy feud game. I am your host, Aiden Frost Rockards, and we have quite the impressive lineup of guests on the show tonight. Before I introduce my guests, I just want to say that this game will be recorded and will be uploaded to the LeagueCast YouTube channel. I would recommend that you watch the video version rather than listening to the audio version because that will be pretty scuffed. So let's get to the teams. On our first team is Team LeagueCast, which consists of two slightly below average level hosts on a slightly below average podcast. The first member of Team LeagueCast is the face of the show, with the most show appearances out of all previous cast members. He's the host with the most extensive knowledge of the depths of Diamond 5. It's Nick, the king of work and school, King Cooper.
Hello, thank you. Thanks for having me.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Our second member of Team LeagueCast is a cheesy fellow. His mechanics are sharp, his macro is pretty Gouda, although Nick may be the GOAT when it comes to podcasting. His teammate Colton Blue Cheese Basket Sweat is the gooey mozzarella that will hold this team together. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Perfect. Our next team is a team handpicked from the LeagueCast community. They are League of Legends experts on the inside and outside the game. The first member of Team Community Cast is a master of all games, a Diamond support main in League, a legend player in Hearthstone, a Pokemon god, and somehow is the most popular streamer out of everyone here. It's famous League of Legends actor, Blooper. How you doing, Scott?
What's up, Aiden? Thanks so much for the intro.
His teammate tonight, making up the other half of Team Community Cast, she's good at drawing. It's Kennedy. How you doing, Kennedy?
All right.
I hate you so much.
Our third team is, well, they're old. If you've been listening to the show for the past 6 to 9 years, well, first, what are you doing with your life? And second, you might recognize these two as original hosts and creators of the podcast. First up is the man who plays League sometimes, the man with the awesome sausage, the ARAM Melphite legend himself, Alexander. I used to be pretty okay at this game 6 years ago, white hair. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
And our last guest this evening is the father of LeagueCast, the son of podcasting, the distant uncle of Riot Games, and someone who is near and dear to all of our hearts. It's Christopher, founder of LeagueCast Podcast Puner. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay. What? I don't have any children except for you guys, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So just running over the basic rules of the game. If you guys have watched Jeopardy, hopefully you understand the basic rules, but just running over them for our listeners. There's 2 boards tonight with varying categories and values. A team chooses a category and value, then I'll read the prompt. After I finish reading the prompt, I will unlock your buzzers. First team to buzz in gets to answer. If you're incorrect, the next team in the buzzer queue may answer. You're awarded points for the correct answer, deducted points for the incorrect ones. If you land on a daily double, you may bet any number of your points, and if you have sole possession of the question. Team with the highest score after 2 boards and the final Jeopardy will move on to fast money portion of the game. Any questions?
Do we win real money here? Is that what's going on? That's what I was promised.
Yeah, you win all the money that you get, all your score. You got it all. It's all yours.
Okay, gee, I'm gonna make negative money today.
I'm gonna owe you money.
Okay, so moving on to the first board. We're actually going to start with Team Leaguecast because they're the representing team tonight. Colton and Nick, where do you want to start?
Nick, I'm going to defer to you as the senior member of Team League.
We'll alternate, all right? We're gonna go with who's that champion for 500, please.
Good
Big
choice.
money, big money.
500.
No Emmys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I have the buzzer up. Actually, I almost kicked Alex. Okay. Buzzer's unlocked. There's no question.
Oh fuck.
Wait, so what are the rules? I can't buzz. Only
Anyone
the two
can
of
buzz.
them
Anyone
right?
can buzz on regular questions.
Oh wait, I have to turn off
Chris,
Is it Gromp?
it is not Karomp. That is
Oh.
Is this gonna be only
minus
one
500
of the
points too.
champions?
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry,
negative.
Alex.
Oh no.
Anyone else can buzz in now, with the exception of Alex and Chris.
Wait, what? Chris just
Chris
fuck you, Chris.
took 500 points and fucked you out of this.
Sure did.
What? That's not even a champion.
I don't know.
Is there no
what
answers?
champion looks like that, dude?
Okay, I'll give you 5,
I'm
4,
not feeling confident.
3, 2.
Wait, does anyone get to buzz?
Yes, you can
Yeah.
buzz if you'd like.
Gengar.
Wait, do I lose points for my team?
Yes, if you get it wrong. Yes.
Yes,
you get it
that's
wrong.
exactly what happened. Just now. That's exactly
Okay,
what just happened.
I'm cutting it off.
Time's up.
Yeah. It is Zach.
It-
Not what I was gonna go for, so I'm glad
Was that
I
fan art, or was that like an original drawing?
That's just him in his like bubble when he's like bouncing.
Oh.
Oh, that looked like Gromp to me.
It did. Yeah, it did.
Alright,
So no one answered correctly. It goes back to Team Leaguecast. Colton.
We're gonna take League of Quotes for 300.
League of Quotes for 300. Let me make sure. Hold on. Let me pull up this. Okay. Yeah. It's fast. It's fun. It's Dominion. Colton answered first, followed by Alex.
What?
So
I didn't get a chance to buzz.
I forgot to remove your buzz from last time, but what? It's Scott.
Yeah, my buzz is locked too.
Yeah, because I
Who
Cool.
is Riot Freak?
that is incorrect. Goes over to Alex, who buzzed in second.
Oh.
Is it Riot Morello?
Incorrect. Do we have any other? Do we have a buzz from CommunityCast, or do we want me to? Do we want to move on to the next question?
Kenny, I'm thinking we win this by doing nothing. What do you?
Yeah, I'm good with that. We're
Gromp,
winning
Alex.
now.
Yeah.
The answer is who is Hotshot GG / who is George Georgialitis?
Huh.
Really?
I'll reset your buzzers this time. Back to Team Leaguecast because no one has answered.
We can do
League of Items for 100, please.
Yeah, good choice. That's how people get good at the game. Is you go through the first one, you kind of understand what the question is, and then you get better.
Shut up.
An item built out of Phage, Stinger, and Sheen. Colton buzzed in first, followed by Nick, Alex, then Scott, and then Kennedy. Colton, what is your answer?
What is Trinity Force?
What is Trinity Force is correct. That is 100 points to Team Leaguecast, putting out negative 200 points.
Hell yeah!
Oh, I've heard of that show.
We're doing
We're
it.
coming back.
Leaguecast, you have the
Aiden, I feel
board.
like
That's sincere.
You know,
Aiden, I feel like you should unlock the buzzers like as you're showing the question,
Okay.
rather than like
I'm
after
gonna
you
I'm gonna
finish
still
reading it.
finish reading it though, like regardless.
Yeah, yeah, you should still complete the
Okay.
the reading of it, but you should unlock it like as you bring it up.
Okay.
Could,
so-
I mean, could you unlock it now before you show the question?
yeah. Okay. Colton,
I'll
what are you going?
take League of Items for 200, please.
Okay. An item that is capable of increasing a champion's size. Colton buzzed in first, then Chris, then Scott, Alex, then Kennedy. Colton, this is your answer. Well, Team Leaguecast.
What is Sterix Gauge?
Sterix Gauge is one of the 3 answers.
Ooh.
I was gonna also say Elixir of Iron. I thought I wasn't
Oh.
sure if you had like multiple out there.
Yeah, I I originally had one, then I'm like, oh fuck, there's more, and I have time to replace the question. So here we are.
Back
Colt,
to 0, Nick.
League
Have
cast.
they caught up to us?
Nice.
Yeah, they're out.
Let's go League of Items for 300.
Okay. A 600 gold item that can also be acquired through the inspiration tree. Colton, Nick, Kennedy, Alex was the order. Colton.
You guys gotta work on your buzzer fingers. What is stopwatch or commencing stopwatch?
That is correct. That is 300 points Team League cast. They're sweeping. Team League cast, your turn again.
I think we're gonna have to stick with League of
I
Items.
think so. I think this is it.
I'm going to make the full sweep. An
I
item
hope
that
so.
becomes fully stacked at 750 mana. Nick, Kennedy, Colton, Alex was the order, then followed by Scott. Nick.
Tear of the
team.
Goddess.
What is Tear of the Goddess? That is correct. 700 points, Team League cast. They're
Can
kind
I make a slight request?
of not letting them answer. Is that the request?
No. This is going exactly how I thought it was going. But could you like click on the thing so it'll show up so that we can read it while you're saying it instead of hearing you say it and then reading it? Because
Oh, because there's a
Can't-
delay, I'm assuming.
I can't comprehend what you're saying as much as
Oh.
like reading it.
Does it not
know
pop
what I
up
mean?
immediately? Are you watching the Discord stream or are you watching Nick's
Yeah, are
stream?
you watching Nick's stream? Because if you
I'm
Just wa-
watching
there's a-
Nick's stream.
Just click
Oh,
on
you
the-
should be on the
Oh.
We have a
Discord.
Discord screen share.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris, you're like 5
Look,
seconds
I'm
behind.
trying to
Aw,
support.
it is a cast.
Yeah,
so cute.
I'm
He's
trying to
so
support local creators, you know. So
You're actually so old.
it's true. This screen is so much smaller. This sucks.
It's
full screen it,
Full
right?
screen it. What do you mean?
And I have to buzz. How do I buzz?
How
Your
so-
other monitor.
I don't have a second monitor.
Oh, he's
Oh.
You can make
poor.
them half screen, like
Poor.
fold down so they're half and half.
Poor and
But it-
old.
But it's half the screen. Then it's too small.
All right.
Hang on. Let me get my readers out.
We got Team Dad cast in the chat. Okay, I believe it is still. Yeah,
We'll
Colton.
take League of Items for 500, please, Mr.
Chris, you're watching the screen this time, so you
Chris,
can
ready?
buzz in at a regular
Yeah,
time.
I'm watching this the same screen, just a different window.
Cool. A now removed AP item that has since been broken up into two separate items: a hat and an hourglass. Colton buzzed in first, followed by Alex, Nick, and then Scott.
What is Zonia's ring?
The answer is correct. What is Zonia's
Nice.
ring?
I was
There a
pretty sure.
ring for that.
Yeah, I was nervous on that one.
Yikes.
Nick, up to you. bud.
Let's do who's that champion for 100, please.
Okay. This you can buzz in right away here. Chris buzzed in first. Chris,
Oh
who's that?
fuck!
cheer?
Is it? I'm just kidding. It's Ari.
Hell yeah, that is Ari.
Who is our?
Who is Ninetails?
Who is Ninetails? Yes.
Who is Naruto?
Who is Cube?
That means Team Oldcast has possession of the board.
You only owe $600.
Alex, go ahead.
League,
They're at 800.
or no, words in League of Legends for 100.
Ooh, okay. A traditional
locked
story.
out.
A traditional story sometimes popularly regarded as historical but unauthenticated. First is Kennedy.
What is lore?
Incorrect. Chris.
Fuck.
What is a myth?
Incorrect.
What? If it's like legend or something that's synonymous, I'm gonna throw my
Colton.
computer out
Colton.
the window.
What is a legend?
That is correct. It is
Oh my
legend.
gosh.
The
Okay,
category is
hold
I
on.
was gonna
Yeah,
say that anyway.
That's really stupid.
You're stupid because you didn't
Don't
get
attack the
answer right.
host.
I'm sorry.
Alex Trebek.
No, I'm calling Colton stupid. Wait, hold on a sec.
Do you understand the category now? Hopefully you do. Team Oldcast goes to Team Leaguecast.
Yeah, so wait, how do you have 5 categories when League of Legends is only 3
Open, please.
words?
I guess you have to
If I
learn the
could get-
category.
If I
Continue.
could get words in League of Legends for 200.
Yes.
I'm so mad.
An outdoor game played on a large course with the object being to hit the ball into each series of holes using as fewest possible strokes. Chris answered first.
Golf.
What is golf? That is correct. Good job.
What does that have to do with League?
What?
Okay, shut up, everybody else. Let me have my points.
What does that have to do with League?
Team Oldcast, would you like possession of the board? It seems like you're understanding this.
Go ahead, Alex.
League of Abbreviations for 200.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's
Lol. Kennedy answered first.
What is League of Legends?
What is
Laugh out
League of
loud.
Legends?
Oh,
Easy
incorrect.
one.
Nice.
Laugh out loud.
Well, see, it's actually a laugh out loud moment because that's not even the one I asked for.
How did
true.
you take?
You
like,
definitely
a
said
week to learn this
abbreviations.
game?
For 200.
Oh, he said
200.
too awkward. Go fuck yourself. Community
Cast
cast.
is 100.
Yeah, they were at 0. They were at negative 100.
Oh, okay.
What would you guys like to choose?
Buzzer.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, you can choose since you got it.
Cool.
Say old cast.
Hello, Kennedy.
Okay, yeah,
What?
community cast. You guys
You
should
guys-
turn
What?
to pick. Or,
You and Scott.
Scott, you should pick.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's do who's that champion for 300.
300.
Ooh.
Here we go. Nick first. Nick, who's that champion?
Who is Dr. Mundo?
Who is Dr. Mundo is correct. Good job.
Who is Dr. Mundo?
We'd
Team
like
League
who's that
cast.
champion? Oh,
Sorry, God.
who's that champion for 200, please?
Yep. Who's that champion? Alex answered first. Alex buzzed in first. Who's that champion, Alex?
Fuck.
Who is Zed?
Zed is correct.
That's
Good
actually
job.
His son, Bed.
Bed.
Nice.
All right,
work.
Chris, what
Yeah?
would you like?
Oh, let's do just because I feel like this is going to be the most bullshit category. Words in League of Legends for 400.
Ooh.
The central body of an aircraft to which the wings and tail assembly are attached and which accommodates the crew, passengers, and cargo.
I didn't mean
Chris
to buzz
answered
it,
in
by the
first.
way. No, I didn't
Alex
mean
answered.
to.
Alex buzzed in right after you, so it's fine.
Fuselage.
What is the fuselage? Good job.
Oh my god.
I like how confused Chad is about. Okay, Team Oldcast, your turn to choose.
All right, Chris, what do you say to the words in League of Legends 500?
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's fucking do it.
A large sailing ship with 3 or 4 masts and a high forecastle and stern, developed in the 15th and 16th century. Colton buzzed in first, followed by Chris.
What is galleon?
What is a galleon? That is
Oh,
correct.
good.
Ooh.
I'm disappointed in myself.
That's real pirate hours, dude.
I'll take League of Abbreviations for 200.
Okay. MOBA. Colton first, then Kennedy.
What is a massive online battle arena?
That is correct. Also, multiplayer battle arena also is the same.
What?
Oh,
That's
so
a different word.
Yeah, that's
means
different.
we're up there?
MMORPG is massive and multiplayer. Those are different.
Hey,
Yeah.
we don't make the rules.
Ooh.
We don't make the rules. Hey,
This
No,
isn't-
I-
this isn't an-
Host.
This is favoritism.
Who yells
This
at
is
Trebek?
rigged.
Who yells at Trebek? No one.
Everybody.
Trebek's not
Everybody at
garbage.
home to the screen.
I'll take League of Abbreviations for 300, please. Respected host who put a lot of work into this.
Thank you, fellow League cast member.
I'm sorry, that last part was cut off. What was that, Colton?
We respect Aiden because he put a lot of work into this.
OOM. Scott answered buzzed in first.
Out of mana.
What is out of mana? That is correct. Communicast is on the board. Communicast, where do you want to go?
Let's just go to 400 on League of Abbreviations.
Okay. OTP. Chris answered first, followed by
Did
Colton.
not mean to. I'm so sorry.
Well, Chris, what's your answer? Chris and
Chris, what are
Alex.
you doing?
I don't know. I'm just fucking like sitting over it, and it just like I don't know. My
5,
sensitivity's real high or
4,
some shit.
3.
I don't got it.
Our teammate pussy.
No. Okay.
Negative 400 points. Colton.
Did you see our
What
teammate's
is
pussy?
a one-trick pony?
What is a one-trick pony?
Well, that's toxic. Why is it even in here?
That's not toxic.
Team
That's
League
pretty
cast.
toxic.
Hey, hold on, real quick. I just want to have a word with my teammate. Hey, Chris,
No.
don't click
I'm
the
sorry. I
button
didn't
if you
mean
don't know
to.
the answer.
No, seriously, I'm not doing that on purpose.
We're gonna finish the game with negative points. We finally got to 0.
That's true. Okay, hang on. Buckle up. This is a
Can
comeback.
I get
All right,
League
all
of
right.
Abbreviations for 500, please?
Of course, my good sir. SOTO. Soto. Nick answered first, followed by Colton.
Oh fuck.
Nick, I'm on your team, and we can talk about this. If you don't know
Okay.
it, I know it.
I'll give you like 10 seconds.
Sword of the Occult. What is Sword of the Occult?
What is Sword of the
Oh.
Occult?
Yeah.
Good answer. Oh, shit.
Thank you.
There you go. Cool.
Whew.
I think we take words for 300. Nick, what do you think?
Sounds good to me.
I'm trying to
Need
hunt
to
down
be
that
reset,
daily
please.
double.
A soft
Okay.
dessert made
Buzz.
from sugar, butter, and milk. Sorry, who actually did anyone? Sorry, I reset the buzzer halfway through
You're
that.
fine.
I'm sorry. The second time though.
Did you actually get in first? I believe you did. Hopefully.
Yeah,
Whatever.
whoever buzzed fine.
Yeah, Chris.
Ice cream.
Incorrect. Colton.
What is gelato?
Also incorrect.
No? Oh, fuck.
Alex.
he feels
Wait, actually,
stupid
Alex, you
now.
can't answer. Your team already answered. Communicast, do you want to go?
Come
Do you have
on.
a guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, do you have a guess?
Oh, no.
I can only think of one soft food, and I don't think.
I have 2 out of 3. I'm not sure about the third one. That's the problem.
I know what it is, I think.
Didn't I
Ah,
have a
big
timer
brain
last
Alex.
time?
That's fine. We're
I'm
out of
pretty
time.
sure I had a
We're,
timer.
we're moving on. It was fudge, by the way. These were
that's
these
fine.
were
I wouldn't
words.
have got that.
These were words in the word League of Legends.
I was gonna
So
guess.
you take the
pudding.
letters of League of Legends and you rearrange them.
Oh, I just understood it. I'm
How
a
did-
boomer.
That's actually insane.
I love how
such a
nobody
clever.
got it. These people don't watch Jeopardy like I do.
Okay,
That's clever, dude.
So it goes back to
believe-
League Cast, I believe.
Yeah, we'll take League of Quotes for 100.
League of Quotes for 100. I reset the buzzer. Okay. Alex got it first.
Ramus.
Who is Ramus? Hell yeah. Team Oldcast, you have the board.
Will you reset us?
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
You're good.
Me and Nick will remind you.
Chris, what are you thinking?
I'm trying not to.
All right. League of Quotes for 200.
This is our daily double. Since you guys are negative 600, I'm gonna let you guys bet up to 1,000 if you want. You can bet minimum of, I think it's minimum of like 5, but we're gonna do minimum of 100 if you want. So do you guys want to bet?
gold, Alex? We're already going to mathematically
Yeah.
come in at least second.
Chris, I say we bet 1,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Just
it's-
dig that grave.
Yeah, okay. We're betting 1,000.
Okay. This is
Take a
only for
loan
Team
out.
Oldcast here. Beaten by a little girl. Ha. Yeah, you guys both buzzed in. What is?
Oh, why did we buzz in? We didn't need to.
Wait, okay, so we're allowed to talk about this before we submit.
You have
ours,
10
right?
seconds.
Alex, it's Annie.
All right, it's clearly Annie. I just wanted to make sure you weren't going to just yell out something.
Okay.
No, it's Annie.
Who is Annie? Yes, you guys
Who
got it
is
right.
Annie?
There's your 1,600. Wait, sorry, you're just 600.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's not. Nope, that's still not how math works.
400, my friend.
400. We did it.
Remember when he said he got bad at math because he used to write in letters?
Not untrue. Team Oldcast still has possession of the board.
League of Quotes for 400.
Our seasons are reversed. My spring, your fall. Colton answered first.
What or who is Elementalist Luck?
Incorrect. Chris is next.
Nidalee.
Incorrect.
Oh, bummer. Really?
Does Team Communicast want to answer? You guys have 5 seconds.
Alex, you gotta be quicker.
We can talk about it.
I don't think we can.
know.
You can't. No.
No idea.
Okay, no one knows. Who is Zyra?
It's Zyra.
Oh,
So much.
that was yours.
My
I
bad,
have
Nick.
half a
My
million
bad.
You're good,
mastery
you're good,
points
you're
on that game.
That goes back to Team Oldcast because no one got it.
Sound on, Kennedy?
Alright, Chris.
Yeah.
Alex, you want me to pick?
Yeah, you.
All right. Who's that champion for 400?
Okay. Colton buzzed in first.
What the heck?
Colton buzzed in
Who
first.
did? Oh.
Who is Cled?
Who is Clay?
Oh.
Where's this horse, Aiden?
So that is a little
Like
like.
a fucked up cannon.
Hold
All
on,
right,
hold
Chris,
up.
Chris,
1 second.
Chris.
Yep. Alex, we got to get this right.
I know. Otherwise, we're gonna.
You gotta reset us.
Hey, we buzzing no matter what, Kennedy, or what? I don't know.
I mean, there's a second board either way, so you guys are fine.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
Oh, true. Long game.
Does the second
Ooh,
board
scale.
have more fair
Double
questions?
points.
Everybody attend.
Uh,
Oh, sweet. That doesn't help me.
Good questions. Better questions.
These are
okay.
great questions, Aiden. You did a fantastic job.
Don't worry, you'll love the next
These are great. Oh, I'm short.
I can't wait.
So I'm going to hit this question. Love me some Reggie. Scott.
Who is Trindamere?
Who is right?
The person.
Tryndamere.
Wow.
Love me some Reggie.
What the fuck?
My right arm is
job,
stronger than
Sky.
my left.
Thanks.
What's the hotkey? Shift tab? Alex, how do you switch tabs?
Shift
With
tab?
Control tab.
Control tab. There we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We're onto our second board.
Ooh.
What were the scores for the first? I can just go back to them. But do you guys remember off the top of my head? Off the top of
League Cast had 0, or Old Cast.
No,
rather.
that's not true.
Old Cast had 0.
2,900,
0.
800.
But then what about the third number?
We don't need to talk about that one.
Got him.
Nice.
Poor and old.
Cool. Colton, do you know how this works? Is it go to it's the lowest points, I believe, right? It starts the second board.
Point gets
Yeah.
control of first.
Old cast. Where do you guys want to start?
What are you
I'm
thinking,
so excited
Chris?
for these.
Also,
just,
if you guys can be nice to me, if you do death cries, can we do them all, like go through them all? Because it's a fucking pain in the ass. Because the way I'm doing is I'm feeding the sound through my own headset.
Okay.
Let's do that one first.
Let's.
Or should we save it for last? First or last?
No, I mean, we'll just pick them, right?
Yeah, just go.
Well, he just wants to do them all at once.
All right. So, Alex, like, if we're talking about actually patting ourselves for success here, I think League of Legends films / TV, we're gonna lose. League of Alpha, I have no fucking clue. Lore of Legends, I think we've got a little bit of an edge up.
Yeah, I think so. We know the.
Well, it depends how old. Yeah.
I don't remember this
Up
happening
to
on the
you.
show.
Let's do Lore Legends. Let's do it.
Sure.
Lore of Legends for 200. You say? I want to make sure. What do you guys?
Sure.
200.
They did not confirm.
They did not give
it.
us.
Confirm.
Yeah, 200.
Cool. The item added to the game on January 4th, 2011 due to Ionia's victory over Noxus. Nick answered first. Or buzzed in first.
What is the Ionian Boots of Lucidity?
Ionian Boots of the City is correct.
Yeah.
Fun fact: January 4th is my birthday.
Happy birthday!
I'm
thought
an
you said fun.
Ionian.
Team League Cast, you have the board.
I think we'd like Lore of Legends for 400.
Lore of Legends for 400. The champion that attempted to sacrifice Kassadin's daughter, now known as Kaisa, to the void. Nick buzzed in first.
Who is Malzahar?
Malzahar is correct.
Nice job, Nick.
League Cast, you have the board.
Will you reset us?
Yes, of course I will.
We'd like Lore of Legends for 600.
The champion that is theorized to have supplanted Jarvan Fourth during the war in Kalamonda. Scott.
Who is LeBlanc?
Who is LeBlanc?
Oh
Ooh.
my god.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kennedy.
isn't that like the whole thing
Yeah, the
from like
splash art.
the
Yeah.
splash art?
The picture,
Yeah.
The reflection, I thought, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kennedy knew that one too, so it's good. Team Community Cast.
Let's just go to 800 Lore of Legends. Let's keep going.
The Kingdom of Demasia's motto. I don't think we're gonna get any buzz on this one. This is probably like one of the hardest questions. I'll give you guys 5 seconds. Cool. No one's gonna buzz in. It is.
It's Demacia.
What is Demacia? Now and forever.
Oh, I thought that
I
was
just-
a Jarvan quote.
I thought it was just screaming Demasia's.
Yeah, I was going to do that too.
That goes back to Community Cast because no one answered.
All right, let's do 1,000.
Okay. The organization that includes LeBlanc, Vladimir, Elise, and Cassiopeia as its members. Alex buzzed in first. Alex?
The Crimson Lotus.
Incorrect. Scott buzzed in second.
The Black Rose.
What is the Black Rose is correct.
You're close, Alex. You won in my heart.
Thanks, bud. That cost us $1,000.
Well, that's all right. I did that a bunch last time.
This goes to Community Cast.
Kennedy, you got any
No,
ideas?
you're doing great.
Okay. I need to know what League of Alpha is, so let's go 200.
League of Alpha.
Wait, reset us, reset us.
Reset.
Yep. League of Alpha
Whoa.
for 200. A skin awarded to beta testers as a thank you. Scott and buzzed in first.
King Rammus. What is King
What
Rammus?
is King Rammus is correct.
Damn.
Community Cast.
Will you reset us real quick?
Yes, of course.
Let's do Splash Art Zoomies for 600.
Okay.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Let me get this.
600.
Hopefully I don't leak anything either. 600 you said?
Yeah.
Which is third one. Sorry.
Are you literally just gonna bring it on the screen?
It's a
from the
fucking
side?
it's a fucking mess, but it's sick, okay?
Okay. All right.
So you'll get the idea of the game. Okay.
I
You
still
guys-
don't understand what we're doing here, but okay.
I
It's just
think
gonna be zoomed in splash arts.
Oh,
I
think.
to go
Oh.
here. Okay.
That was probably a big hint.
ready?
I shouldn't have said.
Get contaminated.
Oh, the void. What is the void?
Hold on. Is it?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I forgot I had to
Fortnite
like
black hole.
right click this. I just need to redo this really quick. Properties.
Okay.
And go here. Okay. And this should maybe work. Yes. Okay. And I'm gonna slowly zoom out. I'm gonna slowly zoom out,
Holy shit.
and then you can buzz in as you feel like you want to. Kennedy buzzed in.
Pantheon?
Incorrect. That will be a negative points to you guys.
Wait. Okay.
I'm gonna
never
keep
mind.
zooming out though. Nick,
Lucian.
who is Lucian? That is correct.
his crotch.
Zoomed in right on his wiener.
Sorry, it's a lot of alt tab. Sorry, that was Splash Art Zoomies. That was 3, right? I believe. I don't want to
Yeah.
give anything.
Yeah.
away. Okay.
Yes.
Who is Lucian? That was negative community cast plus delete cast.
Nice.
Cool.
And reset us.
Yes.
You fucking put in so much work.
It's a lot of screens.
What do you want, Colton?
I think that we have better chance of finding the daily double if we avoid splash art zoomy.
Okay.
Because I don't think we can get control of that. I think League of Legends films and TV is where we go now.
All right.
Would you like to go
200,
there? Okay, I've
Yeah, for
reset
200,
the
please.
buzzers. Cool. Fueled by his restored faith in humanity and inspired by Superman's selfless act, Bruce Wayne enlists the help of his newfound ally, Diana Prince, to face an even greater enemy. Nick,
What is the Justice League?
what is the Justice League?
Well done.
What is
Thank
the
you.
Justice League?
Leaguecast, you have control of the board.
Reset us and then 400, please, for films.
Oh, because it had League in the name. Oh!
League and Legends film/TV. Robert Neville, a brilliant scientist, is the survivor of a man-made plague that transforms humans into bloodthirsty mutants. He wanders alone through New York City, calling out for other possible survivors, and works on finding a cure for the plague using his own immune blood. Scott answered first, or buzzed in first.
What is I Am Legend?
What is I Am Legend? That is correct.
I didn't
Community
realize
cast, you
Robert
have the
Neville was his name.
I thought it was Will Smith.
Me too.
Oh, that's hot.
I was like, I don't know if I got this now.
Community cast has the board.
Clear buzzers?
Let's skip one. Let's go to the League and Legends Films 800.
League and Legends Films 800. This is actually a double Jeopardy. You guys can bet up to
Oh, no.
your 2,400 points.
All right, let's talk this over. What do you think?
How much
I'm
you guys
okay
want to
with
bet?
anything. We can
You said
bet
the
it all if you want,
minimum
or we
what?
can bet nothing.
Oh.
You guys can bet 200 points, I believe, is the minimum we're going to do.
Okay, and
Yeah,
then up
whatever
to
you want.
what we have.
Up to what you have.
Let's bet 1,000.
You guys feel good with 1,000? Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hotshot television anchorman welcomes an upstart female reporter into the male-dominated world of 1970s broadcast news. That is, until the talented female journalist begins to outshine him on air. Give you guys 10 seconds.
Ooh, I think. Do you know?
I can think of a movie, but it doesn't have the word legend in it.
Okay, I think I got it.
Yep, go for it.
Anchorman: The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
It is, what is Anchorman? The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Oh, I did not know there was a second part of that.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure, but
That is plus.
Cool.
Did you guys bet 1,000? I believe.
yeah, 1,000.
Cool. Did I do my math right that time?
Yes.
I think so.
Perfect. Cool. You guys still have possession of the board.
Let's just go back to 600 there.
Okay. Kirk, an average guy stuck in a dead-end job, can't believe his luck when a gorgeous, successful woman named Molly falls in love with him. With no help from his stunned friends, relatives, and ex-girlfriend, Kirk must figure out how to make this unlikely relationship work, even though he's the first to admit that Molly is way beyond him. Colton buzzed in first.
What is out of my league?
What is she's? Oh, that's good enough. I think that's
You're
fine.
a shit. Okay.
Second time that they've been favored it. Just saying.
In my defense, I don't have the answers here. I'm going completely off memory.
I'll take League and Legends film / TV for 1,000.
Wait, reset
You
us.
know,
I
for
didn't-
weeks
I
to
didn't.
prepare this, and you didn't prepare an answer sheet for your shelf.
Your
For
shelf.
your shelf?
What was
I
that?
hate shelf. Like, I hate.
Most people
Keep
put
going,
their
I hate
computers
you.
on their desk, Kennedy, not their shelf.
Wait, hold on. It's like wellness check. Alex, you still there?
He probably went to go eat a pizza.
I'm going-
Yeah.
He did get. He ordered food.
Oh, he ordered food. Yeah, very smart.
You got. Leaguecast has the board.
We'll take League and Legends for 1,000.
Okay. Show taking place 70 years after the original series, a hot-headed and rebellious young woman must overcome the difficult challenges, duties, and responsibilities to master the four bending arts and use that power to keep keep balance among the four nations of the world. Colton buzzed in first.
What is the Legend of Korra?
What is the Legend of Korra?
Avatar: The Legend of Korra. Yeah. I don't know how. I don't want to get flamed by my other participants.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'll
Can you
take
reset us?
League of Alpha, please, for 400.
Our second daily double on this board. We got both daily doubles cleared.
Dun, dun.
You guys can bet up to 5,900 points, a minimum of 200.
Nick, I think we go big dick on it.
Oh, absolutely. Are you
Let's-
kidding me? Anyone who can you imagine not betting all of your money?
I think we bet 4,000.
I think we.
Can
I think we
you
bet
4,000.
900.
4,000.
Fine.
4,000. This is sole possession of Team Leaguecast. Popular reform streamer with over 22 banned accounts.
Tyler won, right?
Who is Tyler one?
Who is Tyler 1?
Hell yeah. Dude.
You guys bet 4,000?
22.
We sure did.
Yeah.
You
guys
didn't
have,
buzz in, did you, Colton?
No.
Okay.
You guys have cool. Okay.
You go ahead, select Nick.
Alpha for 600, please.
Ooh, that's the ability that teleports the champion across the battlefield with blinding speed, dealing physical damage to multiple units in its path, while simultaneously becoming untargetable. It can critically strike and deals bonus physical damage to monsters. Basic attacks reduce its cooldown. Chris buzzed in first.
Grand Skyfall.
Incorrect. Colton.
What is Master Yi's Q ability, Alpha Strike?
What is Alpha Strike?
I definitely thought it was the champion's ultimate.
Alpha.
Oh,
You're good, you're
across
good.
the battlefield, I was thinking it was like a.
League of Alpha.
Yeah, that's just its description.
Oh, I
Can
see.
we get League of Alpha for 800, please?
Yes.
And reset.
Yep.
Yes.
The original tagline for League of Legends.
Oh, fuck.
Give you guys 10 seconds.
I have no idea, Colton.
I've done this. We have got a firm lead. We don't need to risk.
2, 1. It is. What is League of Legends Clash of Fates?
I had Clash, but I'm going to lose us more points.
I appreciate it, but I'm disappointed because I thought you owned the box. Like that's how
I do, yeah.
how OG you are.
I do. That's the reason I remember the first half.
Can we get League of Alpha for 1,000, please?
Of course. Sorry, I reset it. The Alpha Patch Summoner spell, removed during Season 1, that allowed the player to place a banner that increases the attack damage of nearby units. Colton buzzed in.
What is Rally?
What is Rally / Rallying Banner?
Wow.
Well done, Colton. I can only remember Surge.
Don't you
Fortify.
remember? I got the big brain buff on this patch of the guest.
Yeah, true.
We'll take Splash Art Zoomies for 200.
Splash Heart Zoomies for 200. Let me make sure I don't spoil anything first. You said 200, which is the first one, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Prompt one.
Yep. So I'm just gonna zoom in first before I put it up. There's a lot of screen
That's how the
changes
game
here.
works.
I fucking love this category.
Yeah, it's my
It's
favorite
not a
category
garage.
for sure.
I'm going to be very disappointed.
Okay. We're going to start. We're
That
going
was
to start here.
to me.
And
Ah,
I'm
yes.
going to start zooming out now. Nick buzzed in.
Who is Trundle?
Incorrect. I'll
I think I know what it
remove the
is.
points
Sorry,
after.
Colton.
Continue.
Yeah.
Kennedy buzzed in next, followed by Alex right after.
Xerath?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just going to zoom back in.
Wait, Xeris?
Zareth.
Oh.
Go to OBS. God, it's fucking 100 things. Tab here. That was 200, I
you gotta
believe.
take away. Yeah, take away our 200.
Yep, 200.
And
I'll just go like this. 200. With Zareth, give you guys 200. Cool.
and then reset.
And reset the
Community
buzzer.
Cast, you guys have control of the board?
Yes.
Who is a bird?
Where do you guys want to go?
Sorry, the answer for that one was Papercraft and Nivea, Chris.
Oh.
Community cast.
You pick.
Do you want to do? Well, we'll just do another splash art one since he wants to do the death cries at the end.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a higher or lower amount?
Let's go big. Something big.
All right, we'll do 1,000.
1,000. Splash art zoomies for 1,000. That's actually insane. Let me zoom
Shut
in
up.
properly first. I just need to figure out which one this is.
It's so much mana back. It's incredible.
Okay, and then I can switch over here to here. Okay, I'm going to start zooming out.
Ah, yes, of course.
Nick buzzed in first.
Who is Ivan?
Who is Ivern is
Oh,
correct.
Damn it.
Yes,
go.
Nick, I had the same thought.
Same.
Back in.
Good job, Nick.
Who?
Where's
Who
my...
is Ivan?
Who is Ivan?
And then I'll go.
I wish I could read.
Was that was 1,000, right?
That was 1,000. Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I could read Twitch chat.
Yeah. Spoilers though.
Yeah.
You can't after that.
Where are you guys going next?
Let's do splash art 800,
Splash art for 800.
And clear buzzers.
and then
Clears
you gotta
buzzers.
reset the
Yep,
buzzers too.
clearing buzzers while I set up my Jeopardy.
You're doing great.
It's a fucking nightmare.
So Nick, when we get to
I mean, it looks
when we
good
get to
from our
fast
end,
money,
honestly.
inevitably, do you want to go first or second?
Okay, you guys are ready.
Gosh.
Kennedy buzzed in first.
What is new now?
Who is? Yes, it's Nunu.
Oh, I believe it's Nunu and Willump.
Shut up! I put Nunu.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but if we had answered that, Nick, they would have flamed.
They would have been not happy. That was 800, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah, I was saying.
Sorry, I just need to make sure. Oh,
You're good.
there we go.
That's your back, buddy.
Try to take your points, and then do you guys want to do the last one here?
Will you
Sure.
reset us first?
Of course I will. Oh, I also did I kick someone from the game? No, I didn't. We're perfect. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Oh, hello.
Sorry,
Hello?
I'm still here.
Hey.
Don't worry.
Okay.
What do
I
you-
saw Aiden's mic light up, but not anything happening, so I thought it disconnected.
No, I just like was trying to do 100 tabs.
You're good.
Okay, so I'll switch to
We
here.
appreciate you.
Okay, I'm gonna start. Scott buzzed in first.
Oh, I'm not sure now. Nasus?
Incorrect. Chris buzzed in here as well.
Who is Blitzcrank?
Who is Blitzcrank?
Yeah.
Damn.
Nice, Chris.
Good job, Chris.
Dude,
Chris
we're
knows
still
his
negative.
Robot fingers.
We're just less negative now.
Hell yeah.
Okay. And then we're on to the most fucking gross category that I've made.
Oh
Very
no.
excited. I'm very excited.
This is gonna be
is
a
good.
bit of a nightmare, but we're gonna make it through it. Okay. Okay. So, Oldcast has possession of the board. Where do you guys want to start on Death Cries?
Go ahead, Alex. Pick one.
We're gonna start at the top. We're gonna start at 200.
Reset our buzzers, please.
I will do that. Yes. I'm just trying to move everything around. You're gonna start at 200, I believe you said.
Yeah.
Okay. So, just like if you guys could not talk until I ask you, because I'm literally playing it, because you'll hear yourself and it won't be very good. Okay, I'm going to start it now for the first one. And then I'll turn that off. Oh, Is that correct? Wait, can you guys hear? When you talk, can you hear yourself or no?
Yes.
Hello, I can't hear you guys.
Hi.
There we go. Okay, I figured it out.
Hey.
There we
Hey.
go. I fixed it though. We're good. Okay. And Chris buzzed in first.
Who is Bard?
Who is Bard? That was 200, right? I believe.
Is Bard? Yeah.
Who is Bard? That is. Oh,
Hell yeah, Chris, keep going, keep going.
Oh God.
Sad dudes.
Chris, where are we
You gotta
going?
reset us.
Yeah.
Oh, 600, please.
600. Okay. Let me just get this stat up really quick. Okay, Nick buzzed in first, followed by Kennedy, then Scott.
Ari, baby. Let's
That
go.
is Ari.
Listen to that every night. Are you kidding me?
League cast, where do you want to go?
What?
Can you reset us?
Of course.
We'd like 400, please.
400. I'm going to set up really quick.
Alas, I am simply too beautiful for this world.
What?
He's simply what?
Oh, did it cut out because it was so loud?
Yeah.
He's simply too beautiful for this world. Nick got it, though. He buzzed in immediately.
Who is Aurelian Soul?
Who is Aurelian Soul?
Oh,
Alex should be very familiar with that.
Oh, who is?
Yeah, no, I die on that character a lot.
800, please.
800. Death Cries in League of Legends. Here we go.
My light never dims.
There we go. Colton buzzed in first.
Who is Jin?
Incorrect.
I'm sorry,
God damn
Nick.
it, Colton.
Does anyone else want to buzz in? Because Nick was the only other one to buzz in.
Alex, do you know?
No, I'm not sure.
I have
Um,
no idea.
do I have permission
I don't know.
to guess?
yeah.
We're gonna,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
not gonna
hell yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Chris, who do you think?
Who is Varys?
Incorrect. It's who is Tarek?
Oh, sounded really deep for him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ever since the rework.
Okay.
And last question. Get ready. Here we go. Nick buzzed in first, then Alex.
Who is Ezreal?
Who is Ezreal?
Our favorite team comp.
Oh,
I didn't give you guys the point. I think I did. Yeah, cool. That brings us to our final Jeopardy now.
Are there 2 Final Jeopardy questions?
I just have it formatted like this so I can show you
Gotcha.
the category.
Oh, that's so smart.
So I'm going to give you guys the category, and then you guys can make your wagers, which I want you guys to PM to me. That would be nice. And then after that, I will show you guys the question with your wagers in mind, and then you'll have 60 seconds to answer the question. We'll write it down and PM your answer to me. So I show
what
you
are
the
we allowed to
category. I show you the category. You guys can wager 1,801. So it puts you, if both the teams wager all their money and lose it all, you guys can win. Okay?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Sounds
Sure.
good. Yep.
Sure.
I'm gonna assume you guys do that. So I'm gonna show you guys the category, then you guys can show me your wagers. The category is Season 1 Worlds. Please PM me your wagers
Ooh.
now.
Well, you know ours already, so.
Yep, you got yours.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris. I think
Yeah?
we're fucked.
Then we'll bet 1,100.
1,100. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Scott and Kennedy, you figure it out what you want to bet. I would recommend all of it, or actually, you'd Matt, yeah, anything.
We're gonna bet $1.
$1.
You
Okay.
guys all suck.
Here's
Oh,
your
against the rules, huh? You can't do that.
here's your category. Or here's your question. The runner-up at the first League of Legends World Finals held at DreamHack Summer 2011. PM me your answers now.
Colton, you want to take care of it?
You have about 30 seconds or so.
I have zero idea, so I'll let you go ahead and handle it.
Not the winner, but the runner-up.
Make that nice.
Okay. I'll go through the wagers first. Team Community Cast wagered all your money, I think is what you said? Or no, you wagered $1. You wagered
No.
$1. Yeah, $1, right? Is what you said?
one real life dollar.
Yeah.
$1. Team League Cast wagered $1,100, I believe is what you said. And Team Old Cast wagered obviously all their money because that's the only way we win. The guesses were TSM, TSM and Dignitas. TSM from CommunityCast and Oldcast, Dignitas from LeagueCast. The answer was, who is AAA, or against all authority?
What?
Guantanamo in chat got it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that concludes our Jeopardy. With Team LeagueCast winning, they will move on to our Fast Money. If the other two teams want to stay in, they can. If you got to go somewhere, don't worry. No problems. This is more scuff than Jeopardy, so feel free to do either.
Chris will collect the $3,600 by money order or certified check or wire.
Or child.
Whatever. It's going to stay like that because it's scuffed.
That's fine. It looks great.
It does look great.
Oh,
Okay.
are you still zoomed in from the?
No,
slash
I'm
art?
not. It's just like it changed for like size somehow,
That sucks.
which I
Can you
like.
step away from my monitor.
Well, that doesn't help.
Yeah.
No, I mean like so
For
I
the-
don't do
yeah.
the questions and stuff.
Yeah. So the way we're gonna do it is that Nick is streaming, so he has to be in here for the first part regardless.
Yeah, so I'll step away.
Yeah,
again.
you step away.
Colton, I'll text you when, or I'll send you a Discord message. Do you get those notifications on your phone?
Yep, and I'll
Okay.
let me close or minimize the stream and the Discord call so I won't see your answers.
All right. Cool.
Sounds good.
All right, all set.
Your goal is to get 200 points, Nick, total. These are questions that are sourced from, or answers sourced from our community. We asked 100 LeagueCast listeners what they thought about these questions, and they gave us our answers. So think in the minds of a person who listens to a League of Legends podcast.
Yikes.
Uh-oh.
Name an item you build on Jax.
Trinity Force.
Number of deaths your Yasuo has at 15 minutes.
10.
Number of dates before you tell your date that you play a children's card game from 2009.
8.
What rank would you be if you tried?
Challenger.
Name a champion from the Void.
Malzahar.
Okay. I'm going to write down these answers really quick.
Okay.
I'm going to tally up your points really quick. T-Force got you 45 points, Nick.
Oh, big ones.
Number of deaths your Yasuo has by 15 minutes, you said 10. That gives you 16 points.
Nice.
Number of dates before you tell her that you play a children's card game from 2009. This one is 14.
Oh.
Rank that you'd be if you tried. This would be 12. And character from the Void, 5 points. This
Ooh,
gives
okay.
you 30, 80, 92.
92. Oh.
That's pretty weak, Nick.
That's pretty weak after my Trinity Force start.
Yeah, I'm just going to put a shape over this so Colton doesn't see your answers if he comes back and it's still on his screen, because I forgot to tell him that. That's good.
All right.
Okay, then we can get Colton back.
All right, I've returned.
Nick,
Mr. Host, how many points did my partner score?
He scored you 92 points.
92 big ones.
Okay, so I
That's
got
a little
like
bit weak.
Below
108.
average.
You need 200 to win, so you have to get 108 points.
Okay, what's the prize? Brand new car?
My love forever.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna try something.
Contractually, we do already have
Do I
that.
get the extra 5 seconds like they do in the real show?
Yeah, you do, because we're not really doing a timer, because who gives a fuck is a fun game show. But don't be forever.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start. You ready, Colton?
I'm ready.
Okay. Name an item you build on Jax.
Trinity Force. Titanic Hydra.
Okay. Number of deaths your Yasuo has at 15 minutes.
11.
Yep. Number of dates before you tell your date that you play a children's game for 2009.
6.
Okay. What rank would you be if you tried?
Challenger.
Eh.
Diamond.
Okay. Name a character from the Void.
Cassidon.
Okay. Let's see if this is enough. Okay. Titanic Hydra got you 11 points.
Okay, not bad.
11 deaths on your Yasuo got you 3 points.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Number of dates before you tell them that you play a children's game, that got you 11 points. What rank would you be before if you tried? That got you 19 points. You're hoping for a
good
big
so
one
far,
here.
guys.
And you said Cassidon, which got you 16 points.
Oh.
Dang, bread
Did you
maker.
get it?
That is
definitely
not
did
enough
not.
points by like a lot.
Did we? We didn't get it. It was close.
Add it up. I don't
What were
believe
the
you.
number one answers
not
in the
close.
categories? I also want to see Nick's answer.
I'll tell you the number one. Yeah, I'll show you his. The number one answers in the categories were Trinity Force for what item you build on Jax, followed by Spear of Shojin.
Okay.
Number of deaths on your Yasuo at 15 minutes. The most popular answer was 13 plus. Well, 13, 14. There was only... That was the range. Followed by 7 or 8. Number of dates before you tell your date that you play a children's card game or children's game for 2009. The most popular answer was your first date or your second date, with 28 answers each.
Really?
Yeah, they
Got a
fucking
single
love
member.
telling.
Still not going on third date.
Yeah.
What rank would you be if you tried? The most popular answer was platinum, followed by gold. And
That's
then
some very low bars.
those were
Honest answers.
38 and 33 answers each. And then name a champion from the void. They were all pretty equal. You guys chose two of the lower ones out of everyone. Kaisa was number 1, followed by Cho'Gath.
Our listeners are dumb.
And
Are there more of these?
that is it. That is our show for the night. Thank you all for coming around. Thank you guys for almost winning the game. You didn't really do it this time. Maybe next time.
Hell yeah! Next week we're gonna come back with the whole family.
Yeah. And that is our stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this is salvageable. Hopefully it was actually fun to listen to. Thank you. That was episode 400
yeah.
to 400 more. Thanks everyone for coming out. Bye.
Thanks so much for putting on.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.